In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. This is episode 860. The Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut. Back for the first time.
Yeah, we started a little late. I don't know what we were doing, but we're here now. That's all that matters. Welcome one, welcome all to episode 860, The Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut.
Top 10 Manatees, you won't believe number 3.
You won't believe number 3.
Yes. Everyone, please like the stream. Send us your bats, all the stuff we normally say. And there's a manatee right there for all of you to enjoy.
It's a little manatee. I wish we had like a really good camera that we could just have like on the little tiny manatee, and then I could like pet him in his own screen and maybe give him little tiny manatee kisses. Manatee kisses are the best type of kisses.
I wanted to get right back into where we left off because this is an interesting video that deserves to be on episode 860. Everyone, please like the stream.
Are we gonna go all the way back with the whole new intro and everything too?
No.
Okay.
Well, I'll do the intro to the segment.
All right.
So we'll do that.
All right.
In just a second.
Here
we go.
I should turn off the goddamn internet.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. DP, are they going to touch me?
All right. Here's we didn't get all the way into this. Here's Trumpster Bob on Whoopi Goldberg.
Shocking stupidity.
Oh shit.
Bob believes Whoopi Goldberg's dad is a prolific
person.
Child offender.
Yes.
Not an offender, a child that offenses, but an offender of children.
When Trumpster Bob reads his computer screen, he always has a squinty eye.
Yeah. Whoopi Greenbaum? That's not her name. It's Goldberg.
Look here, folks. I'm not going to like high-flowing music tonight.
He's trashed.
Because I ain't signed in. I'm going to tell it how it is. Let me reverse my screen.
He literally has that high-pitched kind of voice that is normally used in like cartoons for hillbillies.
Yosemite Sam?
Yeah, like Cletus the slack-jawed yokel.
Yeah, he is
Whoopi
a character.
Goldberg is the subject.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, let me get off that reverb. Whoopi
Reverb?
Goldberg.
That's not reverb.
Whoopi Goldberg.
I didn't spell it shit right. I don't give a shit.
That is not
There's
reverb.
an E for the U. Replace it.
Richard
Is
Goldberg.
related to this motherfucker. In fact, she is his daughter.
So this guy was born in 1945, November 9th. Whoopi Goldberg was
This
born
is the
like
most-
10
November
years later.
13th in 1955.
Yeah, 10 years later.
Sadistic child rapist ever known in the entire world.
And fathered Whoopi Goldberg at 10 years old, apparently.
Not
Apparently,
just the United States, but the entire world.
Yeah. Okay, Bob. You're gonna piece together your facts here.
Whoopi Goldberg.
A former
don't
Boeing
list her
airspace
parents.
engineer.
Have you noticed that? Why does she not list her parents? Because this is her daddy.
Well, they were
See
both
the nose?
born
See
in
the
New
eyes?
York.
Oh.
So maybe
Yeah.
he was a 10-year-old
See
that,
He was a 10-year-old rapist.
that got Whoopi
She's a
Goldberg's mom
black
pregnant.
woman. Yeah, her daddy was Puerto fucking Rican rapist. The fuck you talking about? Born
How's he-
in New York, but he was
How's he Puerto Rican? His last name's Goldberg.
Puerto fucking Rican.
Well, how?
I'm sorry, you Puerto Ricans.
He's
I
not-
love you people. I truly do. Y'all are some badass motherfuckers, but this guy gave y'all a bad name.
I truly do love you, Puerto Ricans, but this guy gave y'all a bad
He
name.
wasn't born in Puerto Rico, and none of this stuff here.
I love how Trumpster Bob's like, this guy gave you Puerto Ricans a bad name, not acknowledging all the evil white men that have gone out and done
Right.
some horrible stuff. Like they give him a bad name.
Yeah.
Now he goes out and gets his own name, all on his own.
Puerto Rican, born in Brooklyn, New York in 1945.
1945. Yeah, now you're going to say how Whoopi Goldberg was born 10 years later, you madman? You're going to point out?
No, he didn't even look into that. He probably doesn't even notice that. It's like Von Helton thinking the Queen of England followed him.
Yeah. You can see
He
the moment.
showed a lack of remorse.
Okay.
Lack of remorse, like somebody who would
He
go
was
and do
sentenced
Sister
to 20
Act
years
2.
in prison.
A lack of remorse, somebody that would sign the contract
This
to do.
Whoopi Goldberg's
Was
daddy.
it the Rex movie she did?
And a bitch cannot
The dinosaur
prove me
movie she
wrong
did?
without giving us her
Detective
birth
Rex or
certificate.
something?
Her birth certificate.
Theodore
oh my
Rex.
God! Did you
Not
hear
her
that?
giving
That was
it,
a
but her
bellowing
giving permission me to go get
yuck.
it and show it to you.
A lack of seahorse, erp. A lack of manatee? Maybe. Sister Act movies are quality. It's true. I would go watch Sister Act 3, but I would hate
Which
it if
I
they made
may
a Sister
have
Act 3 and it
already
wasn't
done.
as good
I'm
as
just
1 and
saying.
2.
This is her fucking daddy.
This is her daddy. Blech.
There he is.
I mean, you
Long
haven't
fucking
proven
nose.
that
Sprouted
that's her
nose.
father at all.
No, there's no real connection. The date he was born would have been 10 years earlier than Whoopi Goldberg. Like if you have 10-year-old dad,
Couldn't he pick someone else that was born at least 20 years prior? I mean,
well,
and then he could have. I mean, like his accusations wouldn't be so easily picked apart. Like we can do that. Like that was the first thing I noticed. I'm like, how old is this guy? Whoopi Goldberg's not young at all. So you got to be pretty old to be Whoopi Goldberg. I'm willing to bet whoever Whoopi Goldberg's parents are, they're no longer alive.
Yeah.
I mean, just by age alone. I have to go
Goldberg.
to the little boy's room. I'm gonna put you on full screen.
you got to do some
I've had to pee for a little bit here, but
do some kegels.
we had to, we had to get everything running.
Ben's
right.
got to go do his kegels.
So we're gonna do some.
Do a Q&A real quick, guys. Her dad died in 93. R.I.P. to Whoopi Goldberg's papa. Obviously, I don't think Whoopi Goldberg, this is her real, I don't think this is her father. I think this is another one of Trumpster Bob's many factoids that fall short. Her mom died in 2010. See, Fix Soul with just a little bit of research was able to find out her real parents. You guys want to see Von Helton versus Trumpster Bob in Actual Mania? You're mad. You're mad. The nose is way different. Like, let's not even like entertain the idea that her dad was 10 years old when she was born. Like that's so flippin' idiotic. Sure, it likely happens throughout history, But this is not it. This ain't it, Papa. Her name isn't even Goldberg. Damn. Wrecked. The photo comparison, yeah, but you can get like your mom's nose, you know. You can get your mom's nose as opposed to your dad's nose. So I wouldn't 100% say looks determine the connection between father and daughter. I know, like, my daughter has my tits, but not my eyebrows. And I'm like, it's too bad you didn't get these beautiful ass eyebrows, because they're beautiful. Yeah. Extra shiny. Dandy says I'm looking extra shiny this evening. That's good. I needed some shine. I have my hair down. I put my hair down today. It's one of those days where you let your hair down. You're glistening. You're shining. You got water glistening down your body. It's good times. Good times.
All right. Let's see.
What am I rambling about? Obviously, the future. If you guys want to like this stream, let's get this stream up to 100 likes just so I can tell my mom.
And now, in honor of getting up to 100 likes, because I know that'll be achieved easily, we're going to bring on someone that's very concerned about how many likes we get.
Good. It's about damn time. I'm tired of people who aren't concerned.
Yeah, he's insanely concerned about how many likes we get.
I just need some concern. Dude, this is Shabisky?
Yeah.
Shabisky, welcome. Your mic's not on. Now it is. Glad you got that on before the cough came out. We needed that live in high def. We're chilling. We're having we've discovered that Whoopi Goldberg's 10-year-old dad is a terrible human being.
Huh.
She got a 10-year-old dad. It's not true.
Nothing weird about that.
No, not at all.
Sounds
What are you drinking, Shabisky?
definitely whiskey.
Whiskey?
I'm kidding. Nah, I had a Coke. Now it's just ice.
What's your favorite adult drink?
I just drink beer. I can't handle real strong stuff.
Not so much here, but that's
like-
here.
Yeah. You drink cerveza.
Yeah.
Look at that motherfucker.
Drink Corona a lot and stuff.
Look at Whoopi Goldberg.
Did we get a big dono?
Minus the down portion that come from Mama.
We just got a rush of
come
dono.
from
We got
Daddy.
Eduardo Garcia. Oh, Coop
This
Car
part
gave us
come from
50.
Daddy. That
Why didn't
part
it
come
show?
From Mama.
I don't know.
Look at it
That's
again.
weird.
Yeah, Coop Car says, let's get this gold,
Same style
boys. 10
lips,
minutes
too.
ago. Manatee Mac
you
and
know,
Cheese said,
this
thank you
part-
for ending the last stream. I don't know who either of the people fighting were. Didn't care. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson were more interesting because they're household names.
We have enough awareness when to call an audible.
More Trumpster Bob and Crazy People, please. Maybe some Jared Genesis.
Oh, God.
We don't talk about that. Flame Lies just dropped a 20 money right now. Is this enough to replace Shabisky with Shanny? Are you serious? Did you realize you got to pay by the pound for Shanny? Like you can't $20. That wouldn't get you a pig's feet. I wouldn't get you a pickled pig's feet. Lord of Nurgle said Play-Doh files should be thrown into the nearest volcano. Is that what the movie Joe and the Volcano was about?
Yeah, Tom Hanks.
And Coop Clark gave us that Big Love Locust God. Brought up that Logan Paul is going to be on SmackDown next week for some reason. Yeah. Delphia S said choo choo to the choo choo train. Thick Soul gave us that 10 for that fight whenever the weather is permissible. But I guess the best fight weather is Mayweather.
Good one.
I stole that from Spec.
Oh,
Bay Area of Gaming
damn.
again gave that big love with the Dutch Bros. Cheers. Dragon of the West giving that love, and I think that connects us up from all night long. Other than Lord of Nurgle again telling Ghost and Ziggy They're good boys. And we are 62% of the way to the goal, just 2 cents under 5 honey. So if you want to give us your 2 cents and more, do so please in the donation capabilities. And I'm not sure why it's not reading out right now, but appreciate you guys.
Yeah, hold on. Let me do a test really quick.
Do one test, please.
Yeah.
Because Flame Lies came in as I noticed. The other ones didn't get read. And it did not get read as well.
What the hell? Why is that happening?
I know why.
Okay. I got it.
It's the fall of man.
Hold on. I think I got it now. Sorry about that.
This is a test donation
there we go.
for $51.
My apologies, everyone.
Thank you, John.
I think it'll be working now.
What's up, Caden? How you doing? Papa. All right. So this is not Whoopi Goldberg's dad.
No.
We're pretty sure.
It comes from daddy. The chin comes from mama.
Yeah, she's not have his chin.
Whoopi Goldberg, part of the child rape organization.
Organization? You're claiming that it's her parents. How would that make her part of an organization? You just blame everyone in their family if there's one of those in your family? No, that's not how it works.
It's the organization, isn't that the Democratic Party? The Democratic Party.
Raped by her daddy as a child, which is why she got into pornography. She had no problem with pornography, as we all know.
Whoopi Goldberg did adult videos?
Which is why she's against Donald Trump.
Barely talk and
have you ever noticed that all these pornography motherfuckers are against Donald Trump? Have you noticed that?
I would say we called an audible and we've decided not to watch UFC. Our normal audience wasn't here, and none of the people who usually flood in to watch an event like that. Maybe we just started early with it. Maybe we should have just held off and waited till later. But it is what it is. So we're just going to do our normal show right now.
Drug heads and pornography queen bitch motherfuckers are against Donald Trump.
Pornographers are against Donald Trump, but
did he pay someone who worked in porn to keep their mouth shut about?
Yeah.
Okay.
He paid $140,000 to Stormy Daniels to keep her mouth shut, and it wasn't very good money, I think.
Do you want to debate Bob Jones? It ain't gonna be on your fucking site. I promise you that, bitch.
Melania posed nude, but I don't think she did any actual.
But if you got any fucking stones about you, I'll meet you on a neutral fucking site anytime, any day of the fucking week.
What's your neutral site? There's Pornhub and there's Brazzers. What's a neutral site?
I will tear not only her, but all of her bitches up on a fucking live feed debate.
he always does this. He thinks he matters more.
None
way
of them
more
got
than he does.
nothing for me.
Ben Shapiro's gonna want to go to his
They're all a
streams,
bunch of
and
live,
Whoopi's gonna want to debate him.
ass.
I've seen him call out the heads of state of other countries.
Like anybody gives a fuck what this drunk fuck really thinks.
Or the governor or Congress people or any of that.
He spent 7 minutes trying to get the president of Sweden on the phone.
Yeah, but he just kept calling his own.
It was actually calling Switzerland because he's so.
I think he was just calling the White House, but he said Switzerland because he doesn't know the difference between Switzerland and Sweden, which there's a pretty big difference actually.
Yeah. Pornhub is a neutral site. You got to pay for browsers. See, we're learning.
Motherfuckers. I will eat them for fucking lunch.
I wonder what the average Trumpster Bob lunch is.
Whoopi Goldberg ain't about shit, and her daddy was a fucking rapist. A child.
It's not her dad, but even if it was, how would this be Whoopi Goldberg's problem? I don't get it.
Rapist. In fact,
you are just really stupid, Trumpster Bob. You're just really dumb.
Eddie raped his own fucking daughter.
Every one
You
of his
can't go back.
ancestors never did anything wrong. None of them. Not a one.
Well,
of
he's accusing this guy of
Ain't that
being her
right?
dad, and he's 10 years older than her.
Yeah, he's only 10 years
Yeah.
older.
So
them.
if I had a 10-year-old dad when I was born, I wouldn't expect him to be perfect.
Whoopi Goldberg.
You better leave Whoopi Goldberg alone.
Ain't
She's
that
coming
some
back
shit?
to Picard this season.
Da-da. Da-da. Da-da-da-da.
Well, I'm
Trumpster Bob.
Glad we have the horn
strike
section
again,
from Trumpster Bob
bitch.
tonight.
And
Whoopi
Whoopi,
Gilbert.
I'm going to tell you like this. You can bring any fucking thing you got on me my way. I will bury
I'm gonna do things my
your
way.
fucking ass and all your fucking sisters' asses
Do you think Trumpster Bob's parents are alive?
I have no idea.
at
Probably
the same
not.
fucking time. Bitch, bring me everything you fucking got. Bitch.
Damn.
Bitch.
He's so mean.
Yeah.
He's a mean boy.
Yeah, yeah. When he's really wasted, he's like a mean drunk. Because when the few times I talk to him when he's not drunk, he's not mean.
Yeah.
I don't know.
When he's on weed, he's much more chill.
Weed. Yeah, way more
Shabisky,
chill.
you think that's why you're so chill?
If I didn't smoke weed, I'd probably be a serial killer.
All right, everyone, let's get us up to 100 likes. We're only one like away from it.
Let's keep Shabisky high. This is, I'm scared.
TTS is on sale tonight, everyone. 50% off. So $10 will get your TTS read live. We are still honoring that, even though we're not doing our normal or our other stream that we were attempting to do.
Some magical stream that's gone.
It is gone,
away.
but I mean, hey, we called an audible. We do it. We want to please the fans more than like trying something new. Like if it's just like not received well at all. So help us out. Definitely, we don't want to put the goal at risk. So that's where we are with it.
Yeah, that if we would have kept doing the other show, it would have got a little risky.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish my coffee here real quick. Give me a sec.
Is it a Dutch Bros Shabisky?
It's a coffee.
So the best way to get something done, if you hold near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway.
I love
Oh,
that.
Biden.
Oh, anyway. He sounded so defeated. So if it's near and dear to you.
I think Joe Biden might actually have a little bit of Charlie Brown in him.
Oh, well, anyway.
He's just one of the peanuts.
Oh, well, anyway.
Didn't his dog get kicked out of the White House?
Biden's?
Yeah.
I don't know. Did it attack somebody or something?
I think that the dogs, they had 2 dogs, and they had to go back to the Biden compound in Connecticut because they were just, one of the dogs was too rowdy.
Compound makes it sound like he's Osama bin Laden or something like
Yeah,
that.
he's Osama bin Biden. Obama and Biden. Osama bin Laden. Think about it. Mayor of Gaming, did you hear these troopers arrested a Georgia lawmaker for knocking on Governor Kemp's door? I did not hear that.
No. No, I looked at the news today and I'm like, same shit. And I was just like, I can't do it today. There's nothing.
Today was some. Today was what I like to call a wonderful day.
Okay, I downloaded it. Here it is.
Why are y'all arresting her? Why are you arresting her? Can you cite the code? That's what I'm asking you. Why are y'all arresting her? Stop protesting the vote. Why are y'all arresting her? Stop. What did she do? What did she do? What did she do? Can y'all cite the code? What did she do? Where are you taking me?
They never answer. I mean, you can ask them 100 times.
I'm not usually on the side of the police, but this guy's really filling out that uniform, He's chonking.
That's why you're on their side?
He's kind of just fatting around, right?
Where are you taking me?
Wait,
What did she do?
wait.
What did she do?
I'm back on the side. I'm back on the other side because that woman that's following this woman around is way bigger. She's way
It
chunkier.
shouldn't matter who's fatter.
She's the real fatting around.
Okay.
What did she do? 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 Excuse me, what did she do? What did she do?
What did she do? What did she do? What did she do?
What did she do?
What did she do?
What did she do?
What did she do?
Will affect all Georgians, and you are choosing.
Why is she getting arrested?
An elected official.
Is that a taser in his hand? What is that in his hand?
It might be. Hold
It's
on.
something big and chunky. Is that a damn taser?
I don't know what that is. Normally tasers are like bright yellow.
You know what? He's the chunky guy. That might just be a snack.
She's getting arrested.
An elected official. You are choosing.
Why are y'all arresting her? Why are y'all arresting her? What did she do?
Thank
Little
you,
bit.
August. Cheers.
Thank
Getting us
you.
up to 5:15 even.
What did she do?
Take the statute.
What did she
Take
do?
the statute that you are
Y'all need to be.
What is the statute? Like they're not going to say what the statute is.
Yeah.
You're arresting Governor Kemp.
Let me say something. We sit here every single day and we defend these bad bills, like SB 202. And all we ask is for her to be able to see them sign a bill that is signing our rights away. And you arrested her. She did not touch anybody. She did not say any slanderous words to any of these standards. But you're going to tell me that you arrested a sitting state representative for nothing.
Is she the governor?
George. So the woman who was arrested is a representative. She was represented for the governor is Brian Kemp. So a state representative, so like a part of their state House of Representatives, was arrested for trying to watch Brian Kemp sign a new bill. So
She didn't do anything but knock on the governor's door. I'm done. I'm so done. I'm so done. Protect and serve who? Protect and serve who?
Well, obviously not
Protect and serve
you.
the Georgians. Because she knocked on the door.
They don't have to
You
protect
just
and serve, right? Wasn't there a court case recently because some cops let a crime happen? They didn't get involved, and the court case showed that the cops don't have to even protect and serve.
I've never heard anything
I
about that.
remember reading that recently, and I was like, well.
Was it on Twitter?
Yeah, it was probably on some sort of reputable source.
She was elected to serve.
He signed in front of a picture of a slave plantation? Oh, wow. Kemp's like, well, we're going to sign this bill in front of a picture of a slave plantation.
Wonderful.
And then we're going to make sure one of y'all leave today in handcuffs. We're bringing Georgia back.
They had the Confederate flag as part of their flag for a super long time.
Yeah, and then Kemp rolled out in the General Lee.
He jumped in through the window because the doors are welded shut. Everyone, please like the stream. Shabisky, do a dab because we're over 100 now.
Man.
Also, set your beard hair on fire.
Georgia really is kind of like a big deal right now. They 100% like were at the center of the election this year. They were the Florida of 2000 of the Hanging Chads. I'm trying to think of what state had that big of an influence.
I thought it came down to Pennsylvania.
Well, Georgia was a big swing. I think Biden ended up swinging a lot of the states. They thought they might not, but Georgia. All eyes were on Georgia, and then afterwards, Georgia had the 2 runoff senatorial votes, which got the Democrats control of the Senate.
Yeah,
and that was a big deal. So you see a lot of this grassroots organization. Georgia, normally a red state, it's really trending towards blue. And Kemp pulling something like this, it's gonna make half of Georgia very happy and half of Georgia very mad. And I wonder which half is gonna be most vocal. Was Marjorie Taylor Greene? She was also from Georgia, right?
Yeah, she's from northeastern Georgia.
Yeah, like what an amazing amazing time to be a Georgian right now. Hannibal doesn't realize that he's in the middle of the future.
Yeah.
He probably does
I
realize
didn't
it.
do that.
He's probably just too depressed by the fact that this is all going on in 2021 to really talk about it. I love Hannibal and Monty when they're on the show. Like they're always so positive. I'm trying to think negative all the time. I'm always trying to look at things for how they really are. Me and Shabisky, we're realists. We're like, dude, the world sucks.
Here we go.
Clee disappear. Clee disappear. Clee disappear. Clee disappear.
Clear disappear.
So,
Shabisky can get that dab going.
Shabisky, I hope you pay attention to these videos that we're about to play because they can teach you a lot and they might save your life someday. Okay?
Okay, babe. I will pay attention.
Drug addiction.
What about it?
Encyclopedia Britannica Films.
Is that what they're gonna say?
That's how you know it comes from a reputable source.
With a cooperation of Juvenile Protective Association of Chicago.
And viewers like you.
Yeah, Georgia, they're fighting because people were giving out snacks for people waiting in line to vote, and they're like saying it's illegal to give out snacks in Georgia at voting places, and it's like can't offer some snacks.
Free time, a time of auto rides and double dates. It's a time of fun, of pranks and jokes.
Yeah,
of
see?
ice cream cones and chocolate sodas.
Chocolate sodas! Don't let drugs mess this up.
It's a time for getting a job.
A job! Working at a shoe store!
Shabisky, you think you'd have a job if you didn't smoke weed?
These troubled days,
No.
I know, I sure would.
thoughtlessness of youth has led to
Yeah,
a living
I would
nightmare.
be the president, probably.
Addiction to drugs, too often
I'd be
acquired
extremely
with tragic
successful.
carelessness, may take control of a life and force actions not dreamed of before.
Oh, shit.
To these addicts, life's only work is to find money for drugs. In their desperation, no means.
Well, what year did this
follow.
come out?
1951.
I love how in 1951, they made sure the white guy was the drug addict. And
the black woman was the beggar.
Was she begging? I thought they were rich. They had like mink shoals on.
She was getting money from the rich woman.
Oh, I thought that she was giving her daughter some money to buy candy. I missed
It
that.
always goes back to candy and shit.
Because she's just giving her some money. I didn't think that was a crime. But then this guy's
It's not
beating
a
somebody with a
crime
stick.
everywhere.
That's a
Forever in
crime.
their heart's blood. The cause of this living dead is a white powder.
Are those
innocent looking?
good and plenties?
Yeah, don't do
Once
vitamins.
this was a poppy
Don't do
growing
good
in
and
Italy
plenties.
or Turkey or some other hot land. The dried juice of this plant produces opium, a powerful drug. Contained in opium,
They're getting
is
right into the
morphine,
opium here.
used by doctors to relieve severe pain.
I need some of this.
From morphine comes heroin.
Heroin.
Outlawed even medically from the United States. These and other derivatives form the
Heroin is no longer used medically.
group of drugs.
Well, they use synthetic heroin, right?
Yeah,
Opiates?
yeah, but it's like heroin hasn't been used in a long time. But they used to sell it over the counter, like Bayer used to sell heroin.
A smaller
It's crazy.
dose taken into the bloodstream inhibits all the functions of the body by its action on the brain and the central nervous system. But the body gradually builds up a tolerance to the drug. More and more is needed to
So is this a
produce the
commercial
same
for heroin?
No.
Do they have a 2 for $6 deal?
Requires a physical dependence on
Can I get a big fish and a
so that withdrawal
black
of the
tar?
drug causes a brief but violent illness.
Go to
until the body
Tarby's.
can make a readjustment. Another depressant is marijuana, derived from the hemp plant.
Marijuana.
It inhibits and distorts the action of
You know
the
this
brain
one, Shabisky.
and nervous system.
You know this one.
In a manner somewhat different from.
I'm totally against that stuff. Look at my shirt.
I'm proud of you. I thought you
got a
were a
shirt.
drugger. I didn't know you were.
Jazz musicians prefer it.
I thought you were a King Kong drugger, Shabisky. I'm proud of you.
Not me.
Cocaine.
Yeah,
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Is derived from the leaves of the coca plant.
You can tell I'm an
Its
addict. I'm
action
starting to
is
lick my
different from
lips.
that
I'm
of
like,
the depressants.
Oh yeah.
I want some of that cocaine.
When cocaine enters the body, it has a strong effect on body functions by acting as an irritant on the brain. Cocaine causes unusual and often unpredictable feelings and actions.
This cartoon, dude, is
Instead of
unpredictable.
physical dependence, marijuana and cocaine
Marijuana.
cause profound
The
mental
deadly
and emotional
narcotic to which
disturbances.
Shabisky is addicted. Imagine
Shabisky's
the
drunk.
quality of Shabisky's streams would improve if he had not spent so much currency on
Government
marijuana.
agencies charged with the enforcement of narcotics laws have been able until recently to decrease steadily the number of addicts in the United States. These addicts have included persons in every walk of life. Some are petty criminals who will remain...
So how much money on weed do you spend a week again, Shabisky?
2,000.
No, don't lie. Let's say, like how much? A week.
How much do you spend on stuff you like? Stop it. Stop picking on me.
I spent a lot of money on
Billy.
the production of these streams. I just bought this new huge monitor to help out with my streams.
Give me a new monitor. What
I
the
got new
heck?
green screen. I worked to cover like most of this room with green screen. But you spend most of your money on marijuana.
You spend most of your money on marijuana, Shabisky?
He does.
Oh,
We calculated
I
it was
buy
like
weed.
something like $10,000 a year or something like that on weed. It was like a crazy amount. Like,
There's no way you spend $10,000 a year on weed.
how
is there?
much do you spend a week on average, would you say?
I'd say like every week and a half, I spend like 120.
120
Like, so
a
it's
week
not-
and a half? So like
Yeah.
10 days?
Something like that.
Every 10 days, 120.
So we're talking like $300 a month on weed.
It's not that crazy. 10
$300
Stop
a
it,
month.
okay? My addiction isn't that bad, okay?
Look.
Stop exaggerating my addiction.
I probably spend as much money on Chipotle as Shabisky spends on weed.
That's food.
drug addicts all their lives.
Well, barely.
Many addicts come from teeming slum areas where human misery runs high. But the grim specters of heroin, marijuana, and cocaine are not confined to any area.
We
or
did
to
a
any
similar bit to Pimp Monk where we like asked him how much he spends on cigarettes and we like calculated like how much he was spending.
did. It was a lot though. I remember us chilling and talking about that at some point. It was a lot.
Wherever there is a troubled personality,
maybe it was
no
him
matter
that it
how
was
hidden or
10,000 a year.
unrecognized, there may be a seedbed for drug addiction.
A lot of
So
cigarettes.
unpredictable is this habit that occasionally even one who knows the dangers may become addicted before he realizes it.
Look at this guy. See, they all go straight to shooting up.
Sometimes the addict may come from a wealthy family.
They put weed in the
where
same
drugs
category
respect
as these
neither
other
riches
drugs that
nor
are
poverty.
addicted. Like
It's a
cocaine.
gateway drug, Ben.
A gateway drug.
But the degrading effects.
Just because people like you and Shabisky were too scared to do better drugs doesn't mean weed doesn't lead to heroin
Is
and
baby
anal
food
sex.
a gateway
Often in
drug
their
to
teens,
like McDonald's?
Who take up the habit
Yeah.
without the slightest understanding of the living nightmare they are so unthinkingly walking into. To get the illegal drugs, they are forced to
breast
deal
milk.
with criminals.
That's a
who
gateway
prey on those
drug.
least able to defend themselves.
They'll be eating White Castle before
And
you
to
know
find
it.
money for
And
their
deep fried
expensive
Twinkies.
habits,
Nothing
they
wrong with
often turn
that.
to crime themselves.
Wait. That is wrong. Don't do it, guys.
Deep fried Twinkies.
Get out of here. you hooligan.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, you riffraff.
I got him.
No, stop. No, don't touch me. What the fuck is that?
That's a heroin spoon.
What is this, young man?
That's a bent up heroin spoon.
You know, but at this point, heroin had only been illegal in the U.S. for like 30 years or so.
Well, I hear it works fast. Oh, look at those little good and plenties.
Oh no, he has drugs. Like, so like the most shocking part of this is that there were drugs. Like he wasn't doing anything else, really, right?
Yeah, leave this guy alone. Let him have his happy quality sleep time.
There's a chemical lab report on it.
This is an All Cops Are Bad film right here.
What do you have to say, Demelon? Let's see your arms.
He's gonna have the tracks on his arms.
Yep, I see him.
How long have you been taking
See
heroin?
the dots.
Taking.
Speak up.
About 2 years, I guess.
What about before then?
Well, I smoked marijuana for a while.
No!
See, Shabisky? See? You're ruining your fucking life, Buster.
I'm gonna be robbing shit from stores, running away.
You're gonna be robbing stores, shooting up heroin in front of the judge. He's gonna tell you to speak up, but of course you won't speak up because you never fucking talk.
Wow.
Like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why? Why? This is an intervention, Shabisky.
You're gonna be dosed up on heroin.
This is an inter-fucking-vention, Shabisky.
With needle marks all up and down your arms.
I can't stand it anymore. Why?
I expected better from you, Shabisky.
Why?
You're wearing the Dare shirt. It makes me question, Shabisky. How dare you?
You're throwing your life away.
How dare you?
I'm sorry. It's just to trick the cops into thinking I'm not a drug addict.
And you probably shouldn't wear the beanie. Only druggies wear beanies like that, you know, right? Only people that wear drugs or only people that do drugs.
This guy kind of looks like
go
Shabisky.
Deep sea fishing, wear those.
Right? Like if you draw like a mustache and chin pubes on him and put a dumb hat on him.
This guy's Chad Bisky.
Chad Bisky. Yeah, that is a strong jaw. I don't think you have that strong of a jaw, Shabisky.
I don't need that.
You
That's
don't
a dumb
need it?
jaw.
This guy's also he's a way better dresser.
We know
than
Shabisky.
you.
I don't
Look at
think
him.
he got that job without doing heroin. Maybe you should start dosing up.
Yeah,
a little
you
more.
should do heroin.
Try and
Maybe
get
you'll
yourself a
grow
little
a
heroin
strong jaw.
It's possible.
4 or 5 months, I guess.
Give yourself some China White jaw.
Is this an interview? Like what? How did you get started?
I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
A friend of mine. He started me.
I started by being $100 Patreon on the Drunken Peasants podcast, and before I knew it, I was the leader of an alt-right movement.
One addict.
Oh,
Is this Nick
JF.
Fuentes? No, he's too tall.
It's JF Garrett.
Marty's story is like many of the others. It started 2 years ago with marijuana cigarettes.
Marijuana cigarettes.
Gee, Duke, where'd you get him? I know a guy. 3 for $1.
Let me try.
Oh no! Don't! Don't! You'll be addicted.
Me too.
They'll ruin you, Joey.
Come on, Marty, pass it on.
Come on, Marty. Let me hit it from behind.
He's gonna go murder somebody now.
He was determined to be one of the gang if it killed him. And it almost
He just
did.
wanted to be one.
Several weeks later, after smoking reefers, Marty...
After smoking reefers, doing reefers.
You know, in Amsterdam, a lot of the coffee shops there, they call them coffee shops, even till this day. They sell these little cardboard boxes of pre-rolled weed joints, and it says reefers on them. And I thought that was so funny because that's an old time term.
Give me some reefers. What are they doing? Having a goddamn beer bash?
Van went to the hospital for swallowing broken glass.
Are you fucking
Oh yeah,
serious?
they're so high. They're so high on weed that they're just like breaking open bottles and drinking glass.
This madman broke a bottle and started drinking out of it and went to the hospital for being a complete idiot.
I hate when that happens. I do that. Yeah, Fuck.
Yeah, I guess One Man, One Jar was on heroin when he broke the jar in his anus.
Wasn't that One Guy, One Glass or something like that?
I thought it was One Man, One Jar.
It could be.
One Guy, One Jar or something.
I try to forget it existed.
All I know is that after watching him, I signed up for a Jam of the Month club.
Find it out till later.
Hey, Marty.
Hey, Marty.
Okay, here.
Hey, Marty.
What's that?
H, dude. Is it Triple H?
That's a lot.
Time to play the game.
It's heroin.
Don't hate the play, I hate the game.
Will it make me sick like the reefers did?
Oh my God! Will it make me sick like the reefers did?
Oh, dude,
it doesn't
heroin's
make
not-
you sick.
Heroin's not going to make you sick. It's going to make you happy.
Heroin can make you sick,
Going to make you sleep, Papa.
especially if you quit doing it.
Well, you want to rest,
I
Papa?
dare you. How much does it cost?
I dare
It's
you.
gonna cost nothing. It's free.
It's free. Don't you want to have a massage across every inch of your body,
I dare
Papa?
In his
I
ignorance,
dare
Marty
you.
took that
Does
dare,
that actually work?
little knowing the eventual horror that lay in the deadly white powder.
White.
Deadly white
The
powder.
first capsules were free.
He said
But when
white.
Marty started asking
Yeah, he
for them, the
literally
price
said
came
white
high.
powder.
Why?
$1.50
Why? I had a teacher in elementary school that talked like that. She was an old nun. So it's every time I hear that, I think of that like angry old lady.
That's right, kid.
I don't know why nuns hate children. So it's weird that so many of them become elementary school teachers because every nun I had in elementary school as a teacher seemed to just hate children.
$15.
You know, I feel bad for people that things like this make you think that the first hit is free. And the first hit is free if they're trying to push drugs on you. But if you're watching this as a kid and you're like, fuck, heroin looks fun, I'm going to go try and get some. You go down, they're like, hey, can I have some heroin? And they're like, yeah, sure, $20. You're like, well, no, the commercial said first hit was free. It said first hit was free.
I saw heroin false advertising.
And they're like, oh, no, that's only when we want to get you addicted. You're coming to us. You want to buy some. It's $20. This is false advertising, kids. If you see this and you want to go down and get your 2 for $6 big fish and heroin combo at Arby's, you're going to need to bring that money. The first hit is not free.
Hold me for a while. I hooked my camera to get this, though. Where's my cut?
You don't get one. This kid's hooked. Go out and get some new kids if you want a cut.
Well, he's still snorting it.
So what? Snorting or mainlining, what's the difference? He's hooked.
He's hooked. I like how they're saying it right in front of him.
Oh, he's a druggie. Who cares?
Yeah, he's hooked. Fuck this guy.
You know how many
He'd suck
times
our dicks right now.
Yeah,
if we asked
exactly.
him.
You know how many times I've treated the prostitute addicted to crack cocaine in front of me like she wasn't even a human while she was right there in front of me.
That's horrible.
It's only horrible when you think about that I had crack and she didn't, so she was property to me.
Okay.
You have to think as the dealer,
People are
Ben.
not property.
You have to think of as the dealer.
Okay, I gotta have my cut.
People are kind of
More
property.
than ever now that I'm on speedball. That cocaine comes high.
That's your problem, kid. So, you're snorting it, huh?
Yeah.
Now, don't be a sucker. You're wasting it that way. Use a needle.
Is that what you do, Louis?
Listen, kid, I ain't on the stuff.
Listen,
Oh
kid.
my God, Louis is the shortest man.
Sure.
Listen, kid, I ain't on the stuff. I'm 5'2".
Don't it hurt? Yeah, sure, some. I guess that vein will give out someday. But the stuff costs too much to waste it.
That's right, kid. You ought to go on the needle.
I
started
don't want to
shooting
punch
it up in my
myself full
dick.
of holes like that.
Yeah.
But he did use. the
Listen,
needle,
buddy.
Despite his
I put
fear of
that entire I put the entire reefers dipped in heroin up my piss hole.
it, he shot the drug.
That's the way to do it. You don't want to waste it,
directly
right?
Into the vein. As
Johnny,
his body
you don't wanna
gradually
waste
built up
it.
a Tolerance. He needed more and more of the drug.
Keister it, Johnny. Keister it.
It was a bodily demand. He was using 4 or 5 caps a day now. They cost him $7.50, $52.50 a week.
That's pretty
It was
cheap.
more than his salary.
This is a commercial.
$52.50 a week and $52.50 a week
You
and
can even do it at work. It's that good.
$52.50 a week in 1956 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
1951.
That's a lot. $52.50 a week. That's way more than you're spending on marijuana, Shabisky. And you're
Yeah, you have a problem, Shabisky.
You're a big spender.
Everyone, please like the stream. Yeah, Shabisky could be a high roller in Vegas, but he spends all his money on the weed. He needs a better hookup, man. How much you paying in taxes there?
I don't know.
Damn, Shabisky. Wow.
Shabisky, I have an idea. Let's get you a llama.
I don't do that.
No one ever taught you the ropes, Shabisky.
Let's get you a llama, and you'll let people come pet the llama in exchange for weed. Because when you're stoner, you love petting things. So people will be like, llama farm, all you got to do is leave me a nug, and you can pet my llama.
Move on to heroin next, though, Shabisky. That's the gradual...
At those prices, how could I resist?
$52.50 a week. Have a massage across every inch of your body, Shabisky.
But he was wrong.
He was wrong.
Boston didn't prosecute, but Marty no longer had a job.
Oh, okay. I was like, is that Bela Lugosi chilling at the supermarket?
He was not normally sleepy, losing weight, cross, irritable, fearful that the puncture marks on his arms would be discovered.
Fearful that the puncture marks on his arms would be discovered? When you get really high, you don't care about your puncture marks.
They didn't report him to the authorities. They would have done him a favor if they had.
My cousin was coming out of the hospital after being in a coma for a month. They were pumping him full of morphine. And he finally woke up because they stopped giving him morphine. He left with the damn needle in his arm from the IV to go get more heroin.
Marty's family
he had the damn IV in his arm trying to score cash to buy heroin.
Didn't understand them. Often in the morning, his pillow would be wet from perspiration. His mother knew something was wrong.
That's a wet dream. You're patting his wet dream, Mama. Little Johnny was having a night fap.
Have you seen the pinking shears I bought last week?
The
Can't
pinking
seem to find them
shears.
anywhere.
How should I know, Mom?
Marty, you don't seem right, son. I'm worried about you.
I'm all right, Mom.
You raised a King Kong drugger, Mom.
Shabisky's like, how did they film me talking to my mom?
This afternoon for a checkup.
No.
Shabisky, I'm worried about you.
Recording this. The fuck?
I'm worried about you.
Baby Bishki.
It could be. Ever since you lost that job at Mr. Barston.
Shut up! I'm gonna be a big YouTuber, Mom. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Mom.
I'll do drugs on the stream. Fuck you.
I'll do morning wood with Pip Monk and have all the H I can eat.
You can drink Pimp Monk sweat, and it'll get you high.
Boys go through all kinds of stages. Dr. Bleeker can tell us if there's anything wrong.
Did he just steal money out of her purse?
Yeah, probably.
Johnny.
Marty.
Oh, Marty. I forgot his damn name.
Whatever.
Didn't even finish his sandwich, his toast.
On heroin.
Oh, man.
We're not hungry?
Too long, his whole body revolted in dreadful protest.
Now, this is pretty correct.
He got the shakes. He had cold chills.
None of this is like reefer madness. This part is
he was
legit.
doubled up by piercing cramps, plagued by sudden attacks of vomiting and of diarrhea.
Realistic with the heroin use.
Yeah.
Stop these attacks, but more of the white.
They're like, hey, you know how we have to scare you? You know, we have to scare you with weed? We're just going to tell you how it is with heroin.
Yeah.
We're going to leave out the part where it
that's
feels...
how weed is too. Yeah,
we're going to leave the part out where it feels so fucking good that you do it anyways. But we'll leave that part out. But this is actually what does happen once you start doing the heroin. It's no joke.
About it? I was just trying to help you out, that's all. Yeah. You wouldn't help your mother out of a rat hole.
Nice. He's
How would
sassy.
you like to make a fat couple of bucks?
Uh-oh.
Doing what?
Shut up, little man.
Nothing to it.
Is he going to make him suck it?
Yeah.
I could use some new customers. Customers? You mean suckers. I'll give you the same cut I gave Duke. What happened to him? Oh, he's brought in everybody he knows. I gotta branch out.
He's dead.
All right.
Duke dead.
Use the dough at that. Fine. Start him out on reefers. It's easier that way.
Start him off on reefers.
Reefer. Might as well call it Reaper.
Reapers.
This is the gateway drug to death.
Yeah, give them a couple free reefers and get them hooked.
Start him out on reefer.
I started. You got them? Sure. For you, 2 bits apiece. Well, give me 2 for now. That's all the dough I got. Right now.
Is he going to front him?
Marty went out to spread his contagion. And
Spread
Louis,
is contagion.
well, it was just business to him.
Could you imagine being like such a loser in your life? This guy comes up to you with weed, and you're like, "Oh no, it sounds like a good thing." Marty looks like a damn druggy zombie.
Marty were only so much stock to Louis. That stock had reached him through a series of well-organized underworld transactions.
Let's see.
Some months back, smuggled ashore in a box of fresh-caught fish were a number of small tubes of pure heroin.
Yeah.
A kilogram in all, a little more than 2 pounds.
Look at that.
For $1,000.
The heroin
it was
inside the
resold
fishies.
After being smuggled into this country for $7,000.
Things really don't change too much.
Similar-looking white powder, milk sugar, and sold again for $30,000.
Oh.
These were big business transactions, possible only by organized criminal syndicates.
This is a commercial. But first they want us to do it ourselves.
It's kind of like when Mr. Rogers. It's kind of like when Mr. Rogers took you to the factory to see how marshmallows were made.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was gonna say it myself, but you came in with the. That's exactly what this is.
Let's take a look at how heroin gets
my
into
God.
America.
Many believe such
Mr.
syndicates and a
McFayley.
cold-blooded.
I just got a package from Mr. McFayley.
There's a beautiful deal in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Beautiful day for a dealing.
Are directly responsible for the sudden growth of.
Look at how all shady they look.
Yeah. Exactly. They don't look shady. They look like Cuomo.
The heroin has been cut many times, passed through many hands. He cut it again and put it up in capsules.
He put a Rolade in it.
It was less than 3%.
And he mixes it with some baby
The underworld
powder.
made more than $250,000 on the original $1,000 investment.
$250,000 on the original $1,000
Especially when
How
Pusher
could you
Louis
not
would take
become
the
a
rap.
drug dealer after watching this shit?
Yeah, that's a 250% return.
Ask your guidance counselor today about becoming a heroin pusher.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Walking Hard scene when they're like walking in on them doing drugs. They're like, "You don't want none of this shit." You know?
Yeah, turns all your bad feelings into good. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, actually, I do. That does sound good. I want to try
Working
that.
for him, like Marty Demola. Marty had to
My
keep
name is
going somehow.
Danny, and I'm here to say, when it comes to drugs, just stay away. Don't
Why
be
is
a
that
loser and
not-
Don't be a jerk when you play and when you work.
There we go.
I'm Danny. He's Danny. I'm Dan to
Dad,
Dan
dad,
God on
dad,
Dan.
Danny.
If you want to be smart, you got to have a clear head.
Spec, thank you for your delicious $10 down now. Got us over 2/3 of the way to our goal tonight.
Everyone, please like the stream. Send in your bats, too, by the way. If you use the Brave browser, check it. Click on that triangle. Send us the bats. Bats are at a new all-time average high, well over $1. Kind of cycling between $1.11 and $1.30. And this time last year, they were like 10 cents.
Number 9.
So
in
please
top
send the
10
bats.
Manatees.
It's a way to support the show without having to buy anything. Just send in the bats that you get from just using a browser. Because a lot of people are like, I want to help, but I don't have any extra money. That's one way to do it. So we have a link down below. If you want to just download the browser, you can send us your bats that way.
How to bring in the
Number
daily
9 is
flow of
Marcus
money necessary
Manatee.
to keep his habits
He loves
supplied
heroin.
with drugs. When there were no new customers for Louis, Marty worked at any job he could find. But the job
Damn,
didn't
Marty.
last long. Often he had to turn to petty thieving and shoplifting to get the money he so desperately needed. Before long, he became fairly well known to the police.
You want to buy these? You want to buy these socks?
That guy is just trying to sell some socks.
You guys, you want to buy
You buy some
the
socks?
Washington State socks?
No, not really. Oh, well, honestly, I just want to get some crack. I'll buy you some crack.
Yeah.
Now
This
buy
guy
him
was
some
trying to
crack.
sell us like college football team socks.
He had UW and Cougars, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
Mrs. Demelon, do you have anything to say?
Yes, Judge. Marty, he isn't a bad boy. I wish you could have seen him before he started this poison.
Thanks, Mom. I'm glad I picked you to be my
Good
lawyer.
grades at school. He was doing so well at Mr.
Could you imagine if people just had their moms represent them and do this kind of shit in court?
Yeah, my mom would probably snitch me out.
I understand.
He's a very bad boy.
I believe you acquired the drug habit through ignorance. If you knew then what you know now, you probably never would have touched that first marijuana cigarette.
I like how they keep blaming it on marijuana.
I'm going to sentence you to 1 year in the municipal jail. However, I'll suspend sentence if you're willing to be committed to a hospital for the treatment of drug addicts and stay there until medically discharged.
You mean to try to say you're sorry?
That's right.
I'll let you go.
They know how to get you over the physical dependence with the least amount of withdrawal sickness. Do you agree?
He's getting the slap on the wrist.
He's like, "No, I'll go to jail. It's easy to get heroin in there. All I got to do is blow some dude."
Yes, sir.
All right.
Ah, you took the easy way out, sucker.
Coward!
Already addicted
You could have had a year of drugs and blowjobs.
Rehabilitation must be commitment to a hospital.
You mean give it
where they
him.
will be under
Yeah.
medical guidance. For the addict willing to be committed, or
They might
sent by
have
the
him in the
court,
hospital.
There are federally operated hospitals. Adequate local hospitals would help to cope with this problem.
This is the Chicago Department of Health helped produce this one.
Withdrawing the drug.
Go
The
to a
major problem
hospital.
Is helping the addict
What's the? Are they
achieve
going
a
to show what the
workable
bill's like when you get out of the hospital?
He's out here
A life
taking
which doesn't
corn
include
down.
drugs.
Because
It's a difficult.
it's not free.
No hospital,
Just because
no
a judge
doctor
makes a
can
plea
be
deal
sure
with you
of
to go to the
success in
hospital,
trying to
doesn't mean
change
you're going to the
long-time
hospital
attitudes.
on the dollar of the state.
Back in his old home,
You're getting a
the
bill
former
when you
addict
get out.
still finds himself
Back then it was
shunned by
probably
all but the
cheaper.
addicts and
It was
peddlers
definitely, well,
who were his
there's also
associates
inflation,
before.
but it probably
For
was
effective
overall
treatment,
cheaper.
There must be a
But
long-term,
still, there's still a bill you're
community-wide
getting
program
if you
to
don't have
help the former
insurance.
addict and his family make an adjustment.
Beat it, Duke. I want no part of you.
Ah, don't be a square. What's it getting you?
I don't know yet, Duke.
Ah,
I
don't
took
be a
plenty to kick
square.
the habit. It's my chance, and I'm
Thought
taking
you were
it.
cool.
Chance? You ain't got no chance.
Whoa,
You're
Duke.
just a junkie to everybody around here.
You're a dick,
I know,
Duke.
I know. But they helped me get a job in here. And they went to see Ma. And the doc says that if I...
Doc says. What does he know?
The doc!
Listen, I'm telling you.
No,
Say,
What does that guy know?
You
Say,
don't listen
fellas.
to Duke.
Local outpatient clinics, social agencies.
Oh, Duke's a
church,
cock. He's standing in front of the
all are needed
outpatient
to
clinic
get
trying to
drug
sell
addicts
heroin.
Yeah.
to a new
What a
life.
dick, Duke.
Without intensive effort by all community forces, very few drug addicts can ever expect to return to
I heard
a
Artie
normal,
Lang tell a story
useful
about
life
how
in
like there was
society.
someone that just hung out outside of the rehab
Oh,
place
yeah.
he had been to a bunch of
Important in the
times.
overall
Oh, yeah.
problem of drug addiction to do everything possible to stop the sale of the drugs. One step would be to increase the staff of enforcement agencies, not only federal, but state and municipal agencies too. Criminal syndicates might give up drug traffic entirely if nationwide laws provided for stringent penalties to counteract the tremendous profits. And
The
if these
tremendous
laws were
profits.
They
energetically
dealing milk?
enforced. Certainly
Yeah, I
such
got the
laws
milk
would
right
restrict
out.
the actions of non-addict
Give yourself a
peddlers
heroin
like
milk
Louis
mustache.
Lecter, make it harder for him to reach his victims. Basic to everything else is a wider knowledge, especially among young people, of the grave danger involved in any kind of experimentation with drugs. They should understand.
I wonder if my
the
dad
thoughtless
watched this when he was a
curiosity
kid.
about what it feels like to smoke marijuana or take a shot of
The
heroin
drug talk my dad
can lead
gave
to
me
a
was,
lifetime of
See, they
pain
keep
and
again,
torment.
smoke marijuana or take a shot of heroin. They're acting like those things are the same. But like, they didn't say anything about drinking beer or anything like that. Like, I would say, as far as your judgment being impaired, if you're already into heroin, then probably getting drunk, you'd be more likely to get back into it than smoking weed. I don't know.
they're all depressants.
Constantly faced by the horror of being
Weed,
without
alcohol, and
Weed
heroin.
is like
Much can
its
be
own
done to stamp out
category.
this vice. If each person who knows of a drug peddler or a drug
Let's
addict
see.
reports him to the authorities immediately as a deadly menace to himself and his friends.
It's the coppers.
Gee
Run.
willikers, officer.
For every person must
He was
take
gonna give
some
me
of the
something to make me
responsibility
happy.
for preventing the growth of drug addiction. He must face the possibility that he himself may be a potential drug addict. Only by avoiding these drugs completely can he be sure that he will remain forever safe from a vicious habit which enslaves not only one's body, but the soul as well.
No, not their soul. No.
I don't know where my home is. I don't know where my soul is. This was made by Encyclopedia Britannica and the Department of Health of Chicago. Encyclopedia Britannica. You did pretty well there on the heroin side.
That's how you know it's credible.
Yeah. Let's go to the sock hop and keister some H.
So like marijuana or like cannabis is like has its own classification because it has both depressant, stimulant, and even hallucinogenic effects to it. So a lot of times they'll classify it kind of as its own thing because it has all of those properties.
Yeah, I always heard of it as a depressant, but I do know that there's the different strains affect you differently.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's definitely different than alcohol. Like alcohol, or like, see, like I can see how alcohol and like Ativan and like Xanax are all kind of the same, along the same lines.
Well, now you're just making me hard. I want to party.
Here's a little more since we've been enjoying watching these.
Periscopefilm.com. The Film Library, Department of Human Resources presents Chabisky's Day Out. Is it an orgy? Marijuana. Do you want to get high and have sex with your friends? Marijuana. Marijuana, if you... With Sonny Bono? Yeah, he's famous for hitting trees.
He was a congressman or a I think he might have been a senator.
Yeah, he made a baby with Cher.
Look how these people are all so cool. They wear shades inside.
Oh man, they're like far out, man.
Far out, dude.
Hey, Jerry, you gotta
Who is it, man?
Is this supposed to make me not want to smoke weed?
Onision directed this.
Hide the grass.
What am I gonna do? Whoa, man,
So weed being illegal is the bad thing that it
I
causes.
think the bad thing is there's 6 guys and 2 girls in the room.
Well,
bad ratio orgy. No, we're not real cops. We're strippers.
We heard that half you were wearing sunglasses.
Yeah, don't smoke weed because the cops will come in and beat the trash out of you.
put me on and you're not gonna see anything I want you to put on this film? Yeah. Then why is an alcohol? Guys, everybody knows that weed is an addiction. You can blow it as much as you want.
And quit anytime you want.
Let's have a party,
There's nothing wrong with blowing grass. Yeah.
Blowing grass.
There's nothing wrong with blowing. This is directed by Kevin Smith.
Anyway.
Well, speak your mind then.
Okay, I will. No one has the right to tell me what I can do with my own body, what I can eat, drink, or smoke.
Yeah.
This is all fair.
And no one has the right to take away my constitutional right.
This is fair.
This is another ad.
I think it's terrible that the American people have accepted a law that makes smoking a harmless weed illegal.
What? Yeah, I agree with everything they're
Yeah,
saying.
whose side are they
Yeah,
on?
isn't it funny?
I want to blow some grass.
Marijuana is legal all over the world. There's no question about it. Marijuana should be made legal. Now!
Marijuana
Now! Make marijuana legal! Make marijuana
Yeah. Dude, I love this.
Adults anyway. What's so bad about feeling
This is so cringy.
Good, bad, right, wrong. That's not where it's at in this film.
That's not where it's at in this film,
wrong, good,
Sonny
bad.
Bono.
Those are things for you to decide.
Those are things for you to
Too
decide.
many
I'm
people
Sonny
have already
Bono.
decided for themselves, and you, bad.
Oh my God! Look at this getup.
Did Sonny Bono just pay to make a pro-marijuana film in the 60s? Is that what this is?
No, he was always very anti-drugs of all kinds.
Ah, pussy.
Is that a picture of Cher?
Yeah, probably.
What's most important is what you think. So without any preaching from this film, let's examine the facts and only the facts.
Give us the
There are
facts,
too
Sonny
many
Bono.
false
I can't wait to hear
impressions
this.
And prejudices to do it
Prejudices.
any other way.
Okay, then why isn't alcohol made illegal? It's a lot worse than grass. Like take juice freaks, man, they get hangovers and cirrhosis of the liver. Besides, grass isn't habit forming like alcohol.
How come everyone making the pro weed arguments are all disheveled and they're like, "Hey, who cares if it's like this?"
And in police custody.
Yeah. Wow, this is propaganda.
No, he's
Right.
just giving you the facts, Ben.
The facts are, if you drink enough, alcohol will give you hangovers, cirrhosis of the liver, and what's more, it can even kill you.
Yep. And weed
If you are a
doesn't.
certain emotional and psychological type, you may become dependent both physically and emotionally and will join the 5 to 6 million known alcoholics in the United States. Now, what are the facts about marijuana? What do doctors and psychiatrists have to say about which is worse for you physically and emotionally? Alcohol or marijuana? The facts are, at this time, there are no known damaging physical effects from the use of marijuana.
Oh, no!
But, unlike alcohol, when you take too much at one time, you don't pass out. You more than likely run the risk.
Who is this guy? Is this a Klingon? This is what Klingons on Star Trek kind of looked like.
An unpredictable and unpleasant bummer.
I like the out-of-tune guitar.
Yeah, I hate when I get that high, out-of-tune guitar high. I've been there. Oh, what the fuck?
I'm old!
Whoa. What the fuck?
What kind of weed is this?
It's, you know, it's...
Who's ever smoked weed that did this?
It's Bacon Face Mirror Man weed.
This is what I look like every time I look in the mirror.
The occasional
That's what Shabisky thinks he actually looks like.
drink before dinner by adults, like the occasional use of marijuana, does not necessarily lead to an emotional dependency in the stable, mature personality.
Sure, go ahead.
In the stable, mature personality.
Good orange. Well, that's smart.
However, teenage is not a time of great maturity and stability for most teenagers.
They're like, act immature. Action.
The pressures of school, parents, finding your own identity, and self-confidence set you up for a drug dependency that could just as well be alcohol if you preferred that to grass.
What is in the jug?
Carlo Rossi.
Carlo Rossi. I've drank the jug of Carlo Rossi.
Some adults are not mature or strong enough to stand the pressures of their daily lives.
Doing marijuana will make you King Cobra guitar high.
These adults can become just as emotionally dependent on marijuana as on alcohol, whichever is more socially acceptable and easier to get. Even when the alcoholic is physically withdrawn from his body's need for alcohol, he always goes back to it until he learns how to handle his problems.
This is a weird one, Sonny Bono.
Yeah, what is this? I don't...
Schlit, smoke, liquor! Just as the alcohol drinker who finds himself needing a drink more and more frequently is the warning sign of his dependency, so it is with the pothead. The more he needs the escape from reality or the pleasure of marijuana,
I like how the
more he is
pothead's like
becoming
cool as hell.
emotionally dependent.
He's got a stupid
Exactly
captain
as the
hat.
square and
I love his captain
alcoholic
hat. What are you talking about? Stupid.
Do
It's
two
beautiful.
wrongs ever make one right?
He's the captain.
The alcoholic looks like an ambulance chasing attorney.
That's right. It's a fact. No one ever got cancer from pot. But
No one ever got
it's
cancer
also a
from
fact
pot.
that no one ever dropped out of school because they were hung up on tobacco.
What? How do you know?
And no one who just finished
What if someone
smoking
was
a
like, I just
cigarette
want to lay around
ever
and smoke
forgot she was
cigarettes
driving
all
a
day?
car as she tripped out
Fuck
on
going
the
to
beauty of
school.
a back road nature trip.
How can you prove people quit school because of weed?
So they're saying nobody smoking cigarettes ever drove off a cliff?
Never seen Thelma and Louise?
Were they smoking?
I don't know. It's the only thing I could think of where someone drove off a cliff.
What's up, tipster? How you doing,
And
brother?
What's up?
No cigarette pusher ever tried to turn you on to hard drugs or the needle.
The needle.
Another basic difference is that you can smoke cigarettes and do other things. You wouldn't dare to do this on pot.
Yeah,
yes,
you
I
would.
if I could actually do
Michael
that,
Phelps,
which I can.
Michael Phelps.
He didn't
literally
dive though. He was a swimmer. He wasn't a diver.
He could dive.
No, he didn't.
He
never.
could.
And would you rather your pilot...
You think he's an
finish
Olympic
a
swimmer
joint,
that's never dived
light a
before?
cigarette?
Come on, dude.
The fucking guy got caught with weed. Was a 10-time Olympic swimmer. You don't hang around pools that long with a body like that and not doing a couple dives.
Pleading your
Guarantee
case,
you Michael Phelps could dive like that.
your sergeant, your dentist,
Can't find one video of Michael Phelps diving.
your flight
Find one
leader,
video of him doing a weed.
Oh yeah.
your team center,
Yeah, a lot of people
Your
play basketball and get
LSO.
high. Yeah, your facts are crap, Sonny Bono.
your school bus driver.
Didn't Sonny Bono die in a downhill
country's
skiing accident?
astronaut.
Yeah.
Sober?
He might have been high. Who knows?
Yeah. You sucker. You're going to die
Or even
skiing
the
and tell us
guy
we can't smoke
who's
weed?
Just changing your front tire.
Chump.
Would you rather he was smoking a cigarette or a joint? However, neither your government nor any responsible
Congrats to
person
Tipster, by the
recommends
way.
smoking.
He hit 100K
Yeah.
recently.
So,
I noticed that.
2 or
That's
3
pretty
wrong.
awesome.
Don't make one right either.
Everybody knows that weed is addictive. You can blow as much as you want.
I'm hip. And quit anytime you want.
That's weird how
Blow as much
smoking
grass
used to be
as you
called
like, and
blowing,
your
and now it
body
has a
won't
totally
need it.
different meaning.
Right.
I don't know. I
You can
remember
quit anytime you like.
calling someone a
Not
pole
true
smoker
for
before.
everybody. And
Still have the
that's
same meaning.
problem. The World Health Organization of the United Nations, with its leading medical and psychiatric experts from over 100 member nations, has this to say about marijuana being habit-forming without one dissenting vote.
Without one dissenting vote, a desire or need, a psychic dependence, a physical dependence, a psychic dependence on effects of the drug-related to subjective. I wish you would have read it, Sonny Bono, you jackass, because
That may
it wasn't
be
very
true for
legible
great
on the screen,
majority of
Sonny Bono.
smoke pot, but it's not true for the many thousands who have gone on to acid, amphetamines,
barbiturates,
and end up on heroin.
Oh my God! Is
However, it is not
someone
a fact
playing the
that
Joker?
practically everyone on grass turns into a flaky drug addict. That's just not true.
It's just not
Every
true.
informed person knows this. What is true may be discovered in this Narcotics Rehabilitation Center in some of the group therapy sessions, where we will learn what former drug addicts have to say about marijuana turning them onto hard drugs.
How many of you started on pot before you started heroin?
Oh my God! Amy Winehouse in the fucking house.
I mean, she did have that 1960s look. She tried to bring that back.
Yeah.
So definitely.
All of you use marijuana then.
Because this is a female
It's like
meeting
a
group.
Yeah, it's like group therapy.
They-
It's like probably like Narcotics Anonymous
They
or
would
something like that.
oftentimes segregate by gender for mental health issues
okay.
and support issues. It wasn't.
Yeah.
They didn't start intermingling until.
No, it's only girls that do drugs.
Yeah,
Only
no,
girls
that's
that
the
do
big thing
this.
I took away from this is the girls are icky druggers.
11 when I first started. I was about 19. I think it's kind of hard
Oh,
to
beehive.
marijuana because it's so bulky, you know, and you have to go through the trouble of chopping it up and cleaning it. I think it's much easier to deal heroin.
Oh, I thought she was talking about uncircumcised penises.
She's talking about brickweed, is what she's talking about.
I take edibles before my daily 7-mile bike ride, and my workouts are amazing.
Wow.
Also, all the people in these videos are all boomers and Gen Xers. Anyways, here's some stimulation money.
Thank you, Dragon.
Very few Gen Xers at this point, but
You know,
a few. Maybe.
Really, because
If they're kids.
you know, all that bulk and everything, it's much easier just to have a small bag of balloon that you can carry, and then you can cut that up and get a lot more money for it.
Thank God.
So they're all drug dealers? Is that it,
well, I
or-
think they're probably all former prostitutes that ran drugs for their
you have to
pimps.
go through with it, you know, like cutting it up, especially if you get a kilo, you know, you have to cut it up. Then you
She's
have to
dealing in
clean it, you know,
kilos.
and then you have to roll it.
and box it, you know, and can it. You know, it's just a really big hassle behind it, you know.
That's why I think these dealers go on to dealing heroin and then get us to buying heroin.
I think if you smoke marijuana or take pills or get loaded in any way at all, that you will be accepted in the dope world and eventually you will have contact with this environment.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that is 1960s hair.
Trying to get me go to rehab.
It's pretty-
I said no, no, no.
Yeah.
100%.
I definitely think that if you get loaded on marijuana, you are subjected
Amy
to
House
the
wine.
environment, and it does become readily available. to
House
you.
wine.
That's the way it is, man. You know, when
This
you're
is our
around
house
a
red.
crowd and you're all smoking weed, and then
It
they
goes
start
good
using some
with
other drug.
beef.
You go right ahead along with them, and you end up using it and get higher.
We
And
red
then the weed
pasta
isn't
sauce.
good enough anymore. And then you turn on to heroin too.
Most of you started smoking marijuana.
I like
when you were introduced to
so many
narcotics.
people wearing sunglasses inside in these videos.
For me it was, but I want a different high, you know. And weed wasn't good enough, and I heard that heroin and stimulants, crystals, were a better high.
Wow,
And
they're
that's
doing the
why
crystals
I
even back
went
then.
to 'em, you know.
Yeah, I'm the same way. A lot of people started that way. Speaking for myself, I did.
I started on weed, got burned out, and I needed something stronger, so I went to heroin.
Smoking weed, you know, because I was running away. I like marijuana, I just couldn't handle it myself. I was looking for something else.
I myself think really the real reason I started smoking marijuana, man, because
Is this the guy from that 70s
usually I
show?
was
Fez?
one of the
Yeah.
younger kids from the neighborhood. I wanted to be accepted. I was weak, scared.
I started smoking marijuana because I went into this basement with Ashton Kutcher and Venom.
Times going to jail back and forth, man. I don't like it, and I hope nobody else will use this. Not because of the fact that it's bad itself, but what it leads to, man. This is the way I feel. Well, I can only speak for myself, but I imagine some of the other dudes in here feel the same way I do about it. That some people are addictive prone to it. I mean, like myself, I can't handle it because, I mean, this is just the way I am. I use it for an escape. I did it before I came in here. I hope when I go out that I've changed, in which I feel that I have, but I'm a small minority of people that we can't handle anything, you know. Like my alcohol, I can't handle that. I couldn't handle heroin.
Yeah.
I mean, weed.
Some people are just prone to. Some people just have addictive personalities.
And there's more people like me that I feel, you know. And I imagine some of the other dudes in here could go along.
couldn't
with
handle
that.
liquor either.
No.
Yeah, it's a personality thing where there's a lot of people that can go out there.
These are
Cut
the
that guy
files
off.
of the
Like,
research
yeah, he's
and
a fuck.
statistics
We don't care about
of
him.
this narcotics rehabilitation.
Time to cut it off.
It's like out of 100 drawers, 95 of them are filled with file folders of people who have started on marijuana. The rest started on glue, pills, alcohol, and a few on heroin itself.
They started on drinking water. Next thing
A
you
more
know, they were
accurate
drinking
percentage
alcohol.
is
They were
78%
eating
of the
nutmeg and
inmates
drinking
started on
vanilla
marijuana.
extract.
However, what the computer doesn't say is
There's certain kind of people that will avoid taking care of business and will turn to grass when they get hung up and forget about everything else they're supposed to do when
God,
they're
that
behind
hair.
grass.
Holy shit.
Marijuana.
You said it looked like she has a
Doesn't,
huge forehead.
I feel like I'm gonna see one of my aunts in this.
It's not addictive, but by using it, you don't do the things that you should do. For instance, like in school, you try to do the things that you have to do in school, but your mind is it's not all there. You
should find someone who can talk.
Yeah, why didn't they get Trubisky for
What I
this?
can eat, drink, or smoke. This is a free country, and nobody has the right to take away my constitutional rights.
that could be a
one has the
fact
right.
if you were the only one affected by what you do. But the Constitution and the laws that came out of it were designed to protect the individual and the group from irresponsible individuals, which is why there are speeding laws.
Yeah, but they're like anyone who's not a felon that's over a certain age can buy a firearm. Anyone like over 16 in most states can drive and make decisions that can determine life and death for other people.
Yeah, you're allowed to own a gun. You're allowed to own a car. You have to stay within the regulations of the law. Why not let us own a drug? And as long as we don't go out on the drugs and do this shit, then
Right.
we can fucking have all the drugs we want. And if we do fuck up and get high and become chemically addictive and we spend too much money on it and maybe the government starts selling the drugs directly and you have to sign out drugs like a library pass so they know exactly how many drugs you get so you don't overdo it? I don't know.
Building safety laws. Pure food laws.
Yeah, and you
Pure
still let the
drug
food
law.
get out there.
Laws to protect your money. Laws to protect children. Laws to protect the aged. And even...
Did he call them Asian?
The aged. The aged. The aged.
A law to protect you from taking your own life.
If you kill yourself, you're going to jail, buddy.
Yeah, one marijuana cigarette or jumping off of a building. Same thing.
One reefer.
You better not do that. We'll put you in prison.
We're going to scrape you up and make you a carpet at the prison.
I can fly.
You'll be a county property puddle at the prison. Oh, it's a cop. I better get off here. I'm sorry, officer. Jeez. Arrest me.
I'm gonna jump. Don't make me do it.
They shoot him in the head. He was going to jump. He was going to jump. We had to shoot him
before he jumps. Shoot him before he jumps. It's illegal to commit suicide.
Wow, 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 wow. Did he have a knife and he was going to jump? My guy was up there with a knife about to jump
Law
like chest
after
first into the
law
knife.
After law. All of them hopefully designed by a democratic government to protect both the individual and the group. From aspirin to the latest vaccines, the manufacture and
You mean
control
autism
of all
causes?
drugs is government supervised.
Shabisky will tell you all about those. He's an anti-vaxxer.
No.
Would you really want it any other way? Like
Yes.
without government supervision?
No, you can supervise the weed if you want.
Is this like a meth lab somewhere?
As a drug, marijuana comes under the supervision of the federal and state governments. It is the assigned work of the police to enforce the law. It is not something they dreamed up on their own. From the Ten Commandments to the Constitution, man has made laws to protect him
Man
from hurting
has made them. I'm glad you said that.
himself in the common interest.
And only a few of the things in the Ten Commandments are actually laws that we have in our part of the world.
The group called society.
And actually, thou shalt not kill isn't even a law. Like, killing and murdering are two different things. Like, we have laws that you can't murder. And it's broad. It doesn't say thou shalt not kill humans. It just says that you can't kill, period, right? It's not specific on who or what you're allowed to kill.
Doctors,
Thou shalt not kill a clump of
Psychiatrist.
cells in the uterus.
social scientists, chemists, biochemists.
What the fuck?
Basically, people who are not primarily concerned
Can
with
we go
the
back
ethics
for a second?
or morality of
monkeys.
We went from some woman testing a jar of Capri
Doctors,
Sun to a fucking monkey plugged in to a goddamn
social
superconductor.
scientists,
Look at her.
Chemists.
Oh, I'm gonna drink this and then I'm gonna connect this fucking monkey
basically
to
people who
a
are
cable.
not primarily concerned with the ethics or morality of the use of marijuana have
Is the
provided
monkey
their
hitting a
expert
super
knowledge
bong?
to our legislators.
Is that the Higgs boson
In
dab
turn,
machine?
has caused them to pass laws to make marijuana illegal. Not as
Are
a
you
matter
for
of
real?
morality, but as a matter of health, mental health, period.
Chimp Biscuit was getting fun
I think
though.
it's terrible that the American people have accepted a law that makes smoking a harmless weed illegal. Marijuana is legal all over the world. There's no question about it.
Are they gonna say all the places it's legal are all messed up?
There's no question about it. Many young people agree with that. Let's examine the facts. First, marijuana is not legal all over the world. It isn't legal in Mexico, Egypt, India, Great Britain, China, Japan, or any of the major nations in the civilized world. Nigeria is one of the latest countries to make marijuana illegal.
Well,
here, the pusher is given the
you
death
fucking
penalty.
serious?
And is this a good thing?
What the fuck?
Though each year,
Nigeria recently made marijuana illegal. And
Wow.
now
I'll
we're
be right
shooting
back.
him in the back of the head. What the hell? And that worked out really well for Nigeria, by the way. We got to fast forward a couple of decades, and they're doing just fine.
more and more teenagers commit crimes while up on grass. This is not the major problem. However, grass as a factor in crime must not be overlooked, especially in that percentage of unstable and aggressive types and those who wind up in trouble with the law because of something done while they are high on pot.
Not while they're high on pot. Something done while they're committing criminal activity. People get high and sit back and eat Cheetos more than they get high and go and commit crimes. People who are going to commit crimes are more likely to try and self-medicate. So they're looking for options. Instead of finding transcendental meditation, they found marijuana to try and deal with their problems.
All of them ate a cheeseburger before they did this.
Yeah,
it
there's
must be the cheeseburger.
It's got to be the cheeseburger.
Wig it. Wig it.
Oh no, that's for employees only. Don't do it. Only employees are allowed in there. Don't do it. Now this guy's gonna have to get a job there, else he's going to jail. See what condition my condition was in. I like how they have the cops with the stupid helmets.
Yeah.
See here, you got busted, but now take them in. Not for doing a weed in their freaking living room. Take them in for breaking into a damn store.
Too many average and decent teenagers smoke
Patty Mayonnaise was smoking weed at the Hunker Burger.
pot without committing crimes, except for the illegality of the sale, possession, or the use of it. So, why not make it legal? Why not bring it out in the open and make it legal in America? It's just that there are too many unstable people in America who would become emotionally dependent on marijuana.
So, what if, to get your marijuana card, you had to pass a psychiatric test? And if you got caught with marijuana and you didn't have a little doctor's pass, then you'd get a fine or something. And then if you went and did a damn crime on marijuana, you go to jail, like you do for doing any crime. Leave weed out of this. Shabisky, what do you think, you criminal?
I like how honest they were in the beginning of this whole film with talking about alcohol and weed, because it's funny. Anybody with like a critical, like, and any critical person, like any smart person is gonna watch it and think that, like, see the missteps in logic there, because they basically like made it seem it was almost like an ad for weed in the beginning. I like it.
It was a nice little weed ad.
And end up.
How long does this go on?
7 hours.
Function.
This guy about to lick the door handle because he's on weed. Is that what they're saying here? He's going to become a knob licker because he's on weed? I love this video now. I'm so glad we watched this. Between this and the stupid fucking cyber monkey head hookup, this has been the greatest feature of my lifetime. Is if he licks this or he's just staring at his reflection. I want to see him lick this knob. Lick the damn knob.
Weed heads.
He's not going to lick it.
Oh, no,
Shabisky.
I've done that before. What's wrong with this?
You growl
Everyone's
into
done
knobs? Are you knob growling?
Yeah.
Are you some sort of knob goblin, Shabisky?
Who doesn't do this?
I'm not a knob gobbler. I don't know. I'm not a knob goblin.
He's looking at his reflection and it looks silly. I do that too. I go and look at knobs and look at my reflection in them all the time.
See, I was pro marijuana until I hear that people go around doing staring contests in the doorknobs.
I thought he was going to lick it or something, but now that I see he's just looking at his reflection to entertain himself, there's nothing wrong with this. I do
don't
this
know.
with spoons, all sorts of shit.
I don't know. I'm usually for people's personal freedoms, but staring into the reflection of a doorknob kind of freaks me out. I like if I owned a cake shop and you came in to get a gay wedding cake, I'd be like, sure, I'll make you the queerest cake you want. But if you were like, I want a doorknob staring cake, I'd be like, you get the hell out of my shop right now. You get the hell out of my shop. This is not the type of place. I won't serve your kind here, knob starer.
What if somebody walks in the door right now, like, and opens it up,
busts his teeth?
moment?
That's actually super funny. Like that would be my favorite thing in the world. If he's got his teeth bloodied and knocked out. Oh man, Shabisky, let's make this movie. I know Shabisky does that too.
Acapulco Gold.
The Acapulco Gold. Gain insight with Acapulco Gold.
Easy availability and the implied approval of society will, in the opinion of many medical authorities, create a drug dependency problem far more serious.
Oh, they're saying
than
if it was
that of the
legalized?
5 to
Yeah, well, here's the thing, guys. You were wrong. They legalized it in many states. You know what the side effects have been?
Tax dollars.
Record earnings. Has there been any it's been lowered in crime, like statistically, since weed was legal in these areas?
I have no idea.
Crime's gone
I
down.
haven't looked into those studies, but I'm sure there's studies out there.
6 million alcoholics today. If the acknowledged effect of marijuana is much greater than alcohol, it becomes easy to see
Alcohol
why
abuse.
the emotionally unstable and immature may turn to marijuana in even greater numbers than to alcohol, and eventually go to more dangerous drugs in the form of LSD, pills, and heroin.
And vitamin.
Me?
Who, me?
Who, me? Who, me?
It's possible.
Who, me?
And that's the problem. You can never tell who is so stable and so
Who, me?
emotionally secure that they will not become dependent on marijuana or other drugs
Who, me?
for
Who, me?
pleasure
Who, me?
and full-time escape.
Who, me?
Tampering time.
Good.
Nothing, baby. Nothing.
Baby.
Baby. Yeah,
Nothing,
baby. Yeah, you're going to drive like that on drugs.
Let's go as fast as we can and cover our eyes. I'm flying reefer.
Whoa, it's far out to drive into oncoming traffic and crash into the hill, man.
Years ago, only the criminal and socially deprived blew grass or used heroin.
Yeah, because they were the only
Today, the nicest people may be on grass.
the
Why is that
nicest
a
people
fact?
may be on grass.
I took it on a dare.
But only kids take dares.
Yeah, do it, pussy.
Land on your head, Joey.
Those are some evil children.
Kids are always doing that.
But everybody does
Dare
it.
you to
though.
jump
I
off
don't
the
want it,
roof.
man. I don't want it.
Man,
Take a hit. No, I don't want it. I don't want it.
I'm cool with that.
Take a drag. Won't hurt you.
None of that.
The first sign of character and emotional weakness is when you do things just because others are doing them.
When I'm high, it enhances my creativity.
This is the same subject matter and painter for both paintings.
Doesn't look like it does
One was
much.
painted before going up on weed, and the other while high on
It
weed.
enhances my creativity.
Can you see any significant creative difference?
When I'm high, it enhances my creativity.
The artist thinks he's being more creative, but do you see it in his work?
Looks like he sucked to
To some
begin
extent,
with.
Yeah, they both
the
suck.
very inhibited person may feel a greater freedom to be creative, but this doesn't mean he will have the necessary talent to be so.
Let's take a look at the other music that came out of the 60s. So, Sonny and Cher versus The Doors versus Jimi Hendrix versus The Beatles versus all these people that did drugs and wrote crazy awesome music in the 60s, and Sonny and Cher.
Cher was great.
Cher's a good singer.
Yeah. But come on, Sonny Bono. You're like a fart in a mayonnaise jar. You're only enjoyable
It makes
to
me understand
weirdos.
myself.
If you don't understand yourself when you're down, then there's no logical or scientifically accepted reason that you will when you're high. Besides, while you're up on grass, you may tell yourself only what you want to know. If you are lucky enough not to be on a bad trip and discover a frightening thing about yourself at that time.
He goes and murders his mom.
What?
Is that what's gonna happen?
Mother, wake up, mother.
Okay, yeah. My mom's actually Hitler, and I want to have sex with her. What this? What the hell?
What am I looking at? What was that?
Let's face it, the reasons we
Get out of your pajamas, you
are
beatnik.
like an
I think the people that made this were on drugs when they made it.
I hope
iceberg. What about the underlying reasons that are like the 90% of the iceberg you never see? The reasons below the surface that makes teenagers get so hung up on marijuana in spite of what their parents say and in spite of the big risk of being busted.
Oh, geez, officer. All I wanted to do was watch Drunken Peasants and smoke weed.
Wars. Next one will probably kill everybody on Earth, including me.
Parents are hypocrites. They tell us one thing, but then they do another. Why don't they practice what they preach?
Why are adults so hung up with making money? That's all they think about.
School's a real bummer. Dull teachers.
I love these
Dull
lines.
subjects. I just can't wait to get out.
Why can't we dress the way we want in school?
It's a record
Sure,
store.
we're old enough to be drafted, but we're not old enough to vote.
Sure. None of us know what consent is yet.
Why are they always treating us like children?
Adults never have time to listen to us.
Don't
When they
smoke
do,
weed, kids.
don't think
Go
of
to
what's bad.
Vietnam
Is that Iggy
instead.
like to make war so much. Why don't they go and fight in them?
I'm better educated than either of my parents, but they don't listen to me.
It's true. They were
How can I
sending
plan
like
for the
people around
future
this
with the
age to
draft waiting for
Vietnam.
me?
Why don't you come back
Don't
some
smoke
other
weed
time
though.
when everything is all
What was
right
that
with
thing
us?
on his
And in
face?
the meantime, I'll do what I want to do
shaving cream?
here, and you do what you want to do where you
okay.
live. Dig?
Why shouldn't I smoke
Yeah,
crack?
well, enough.
Why shouldn't I live now and have all the fun I can? If I don't get killed in the war or by the big bomb, all I can look forward to
The
is
big
making
bomb,
money
yeah,
like my
because
father.
they were in the
And I
Cold
know
War too. Vietnam was part of the Cold
He
War.
isn't happy.
You know, sometimes I think it's like a war. Everyone over 30 is the enemy.
Over 30? Over 25.
Wow.
Obviously, these are things that bug a lot of the young people. But this time, rather than hear from the establishment, who run newspapers, radio, television,
Listen to
book and
me, a
magazine
future
publishing
U.S.
companies,
senator.
political parties, and
A
schools,
future
let's hear
person
from those other
who
teenagers
couldn't handle hitting trees.
who aren't smoking pot.
Not all teenagers are on grass. I'm not, and my close friends aren't.
He looks so cool.
Every time someone wants to turn me on to pot, they tell me I'll discover myself. Well, I don't need that kind of crutch. Besides, I've never seen any potheads come up with any kinds of answers that help them cope with the kind of problems they have.
I don't know, buddy.
Or I have.
I think the teenagers of today are very idealistic, but we don't have definite ways of showing it. We're not old enough to vote, and older people are always telling us what to do. You can't blame us too much for fighting back. But I don't think taking drugs is fighting back.
She's riding without a saddle.
The most you can say for it is it's a sign of rebellion. But what we rebel about
isn't
She's a
changed one
bareback
bit
horse
by
girl. She's
getting
into
high
that
on
shit.
marijuana. Back down, nothing's changed.
I think that parents have done the best they can. You can't expect them to know all the answers. Lots of us
She's sitting
have
outside
had
of
a
the
better
Capitol
education than
building.
they have, but that doesn't prevent us
I
from
think all
profiting from
parents
their
have done the
experience.
best they can.
I think you've got to be
Every
real
last
mature
one
to
of
get hung up on pot. Mature people try to find solutions for their problems instead of trying to find new experiences.
I say that teenage is the time to put up or shut up, not to gripe and go on a trip inside yourself, but to have guts like our parents have to
Yeah,
have, to go out
just
every day
face it.
and deal with the things in the
Nickelodeon
outside world that
guts.
bug them too.
I know my
just
parents
deal
are too
with
hung
it.
up on making money and putting on a show for the neighbors, but that doesn't mean I have to put down money completely, because maybe now I don't need much, but when I get married, I'm going to have money for my family too. I just don't have to be as materialistic about it, that's all.
The world is changing, and some things are still too hard for our parents to understand. But blowing grass, that's really a cop-out, and it won't help our parents understand
Did
the
she say
darn thing.
blowing grass?
Blowing
School's
grass.
like everything else. You only get out of it what you put into it. It's not a party. The way I look at it, I'm here to learn. Even if some of the subjects or the teachers aren't the greatest, I've got to make the best of it. I'm here for an education, and everything extra is just gravy.
It's
There
just
really is a
gravy.
communication gap. But I think that if I have a better education and better life than my parents, I should make the first move to make that gap become smaller and smaller.
From what I've read and from what I've heard, there are millions of adults over 30 who don't like the establishment or going to war any more than we do.
Oh.
I honestly believe that adults are disappointed in us because it's always been expected of young people to try to change things, to make things better, or at least prepare to change things if we don't like them. Not to cop out on life through grass or other drugs. No, not for me. I'm more interested in drugs.
It's like they don't have any goals.
They just got her
I don't mean
out.
that they should just be planning to make money
It's a
and all
hard
that.
cut there.
But I think that trying to find something you want, because everybody has to work, even girls before they get married, and even after they do.
I think too many teenagers traded in their idealism for a stick of weed. When I see some teenagers acting superior to those of us who don't need drugs
Is it
to
a tie
feel good or
stick?
understand ourselves, I get real bugged.
All right,
sipping
Sonny
tea.
Bono,
Well,
you
now,
tea-sipping son
you've
of
heard
a
from both
bitch.
sides of the question. But what you do with your life is up to you. If you become a pothead, you risk blowing the most important time of your life, your teenage. That unreal time for you to grow up and to prepare for being an adult that can handle problems and make something meaningful out of life. Or you have the choice to have the courage to see and deal with the world for what it really is, far, far from perfect, for you and for me, the only one there is. While it's true that some of you will actually go to the moon and perhaps other planets, it's also true that
We
in a
stopped
few short
going to the
years,
moon.
this world will be your establishment, and what you do or don't do about it will be your scene.
Yeah, you guys really
You're
fucked
the
it up.
generation
Thanks,
with the brain
assholes.
power and the opportunity than any other generation in history. Let's hope that your teenage children don't have too much criticism about what you did or didn't do because
I
you
love
were
how
on
they picked
pot.
a guy that looks like the biggest hippie ever to do this. Like,
Produced, written, and directed by Max Miller. Do-do-do-do-do.
there's that stupid
Doing
face
weed with a mustache.
All right, guys, we are at $555, 69% of the way towards our goal. It is time to open up the tip train and get it rolling down the tracks. We did our 180 on the show. By the way, the main event is starting soon, and I'll let everyone know who won.
Okay. Yeah, we had
Can Shabisky the greatest tell Shabisky the greatest that Shabisky the greatest is the greatest Shabisky?
Do you understand that?
Greatest.
No. Tell Shabisky the greatest that Shabisky the greatest is the greatest Shabisky.
Okay, Shabisky
No,
is the greatest.
no,
Shabisky is the greatest.
wait.
Shabisky-
Start over.
Wait.
Tell
Okay,
Shabisky
so
the greatest.
Shabisky the greatest. Shabisky is the greatest.
Okay, try again.
Wait,
Try again.
I don't know how to do this.
Come on.
No!
No! God, you can't do anything right.
What do I do? What am I doing wrong?
Who's the greatest?
Shabisky, the greatest.
Actually, you were doing
greatest.
it right.
Good job. Thank you, Goose Juice. Ron Villanova gave us some 99 money saying that Ron loved the Snyder cut and a lot of the DC movies. Restore the Snyderverse. I'm glad you enjoyed them. Somebody
Into the
used it.
Snyderverse, into the Snyderverse.
Dragon of the West gave us that lovely read aloud, talking about taking the edibles before your 7-mile bike ride. That's impressive. Speck again, doing the damn Danny song, son of a bitch. Them of a bitch. Bay Area of Gaming gave us some love. Said in that film y'all watching, heroin gives you superpowers. Yeah, it's kind of true.
I like heroin.
And then Bay Area of Gaming also said, if you get the vaccine, why take Advil when the soreness happens when you can just smoke weed? Caden Martin gave some love, saying, I used to join your streams in 2016. Billy, hi, Caden. Thank you.
I
East
want to
Max.
cut your Snyders. You
Yes!
You can't cut my Snyders. Nasty boy, 2 guns. Thank you,
damn.
2 guns, no ammo, for the big love. Getting us almost to 80% of the goal. East Max said, what up, big balls? What? Vic Soul gave us some love. August gave us a little bit. And I think that gets us caught up. Thank you guys again. Keep them tips rolling in if you want to have us back next Saturday. Ben and I talked, and we want to be back next Saturday.
Every Saturday.
We actually enjoy coming in on the weekends and hanging out with you guys. So
Partying.
Hopefully we'll get there again. Partying. Yeah. Fun. Everybody's working for the weekends or something. I don't know how this song goes.
That's about all I know of it.
How many did you sell today? Not many. Kids don't seem interested.
Is that Shemp?
Didn't I tell you how to do it?
Oh.
Get one kid that the rest of them like, get him smoking it, and the whole school will be doping.
Yeah, I tried that today. I had a kid named Bill Daniels, but he's strictly a square.
Strictly a square.
He's a square.
I'll do
He's a
that.
square, fellas. A square, I tell ya.
Yes! Thank you for the train.
80%.
Up over that 80. Big deal, big love. Appreciate
You'll
you.
have to stay tonight. Bill.
There's a
We're
link
taking
in the
inventory.
description to contribute to Streamlabs. We do it through Streamlabs. Yes!
Sucking tons of dick doesn't make you gay.
It doesn't make you gay. Dude, you could suck a million dicks.
Your
all
name's
right?
Billy too, and you think the same bullshit as him?
Yeah, you could
What's
suck
the coincidence?
You could suck a million dicks and you're not gay, okay? It really comes down to whether or not you're attracted to guys. And only guys.
By the time I finished, it was late.
Hello, Mrs. Stanley. Hello, Bill.
Hello, Bill.
Sorry I'm late. I got tied up at work.
Marilyn thought you did, so she went to a movie with a girlfriend.
That's too bad.
I'll tell her you were here.
Okay, thanks.
You lost your girl.
He was smoking the reefers. This one looks like the oldest
Everyone
one
had
so
someplace
far.
to go that evening, but me.
Hiya, man. Followed on Saturday night? Yeah.
Hey, you fella.
My friend loaned me his car. Going to a party. Gonna pick up a couple of girls. Wanna come along?
Giles!
Sure, I've got nothing better to do.
Yes!
666 mustard. Thank you for getting us to that glorious number. Man, all these weed parties look like borderline origamis, little orgies that all fold into each other paper-like.
Look at the pictures on the walls. What the hell?
Great guy.
Is it like porn?
I think it's pro wrestling.
Is it Gorgeous George?
I feel like there's like a wrestling photo back there. I could be wrong.
No. It's pinup
Oh,
stuff.
it is.
Everyone was laughing and having a
Sickos.
good time.
Yeah, everybody's having a good time with your marijuana cigarettes. We put pinups on the wall. We don't hang them very well.
Some big fella came over and started to talk to me.
Oh, snap.
Hey, fella.
I heard you like sucking 1 million dicks. Doesn't make you gay.
Here,
He
have a
offered
smoke.
me a cigarette. It
Seemed like a regular pack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this happens in Reefer Madness too. The way the kids end up getting high is because they think it's just a good old cigarette.
Man, that's how I got tricked into smoking my first turkey. It was rolled up in a cigarette roll.
I took a few puffs, and things began to get fuzzy and move in slow motion.
Oh, no.
The big guy and everyone else was laughing at me.
I thought this was good old harmless tobacco. He's beating people up now? He killed someone. He killed someone.
He killed a guy on weed?
Yep. And
that was
it
the
just
big guy
ended.
that gave him the cigarette. And that's over?
Yep.
That was a good ending.
Yeah, he just like punches him and kills him.
And then it's over.
Yep.
Well, that's all you need to know.
There's so many of these, it's unbelievable. We're just having a movie marathon of these tonight. We gratefully acknowledge the cooperation and assistance of Judge William B. McKesson of Los Angeles Juvenile Court, whose sense of duty and dedication to youth welfare led him to appear in this film.
If anyone had ever told me a few years ago
21
that we would ever read
addicts,
headlines like
16
these in American
schools
newspapers,
should
I would
fight
have called them
dope.
crazy. Yet
Is this
here
the
we
judge
are,
here?
reading them.
Probably.
In the middle of the 20th century in the United States of America, hundreds and hundreds of teenage boys and girls are becoming hopeless dope addicts every year. It's fantastic,
Dopeless hope
it's
addicts.
unbelievable, and it's terrible, but it's true. The government maintains 2 hospitals just to treat drug addicts at Lexington, Kentucky, and Fort Worth, Texas. It used to be a rare thing for a juvenile to be admitted, but look at these recent figures. And remember, these are only confirmed addicts who have come to
In the
the
whole
attention
country?
of federal authorities. How many others are still only occasional users of marijuana or heroin, morphine, or in some cases sleeping pills? It's pretty hard to estimate.
I'm an occasional
There's
user
one
of
sure
morphine
thing.
and
Nobody
sleeping
is going
pills.
to stay an occasional user very long. This is one game nobody beats. If you use narcotics, before long you'll have the habit. About the hardest in the world to break.
Oh, see,
And the
that's
dope-
not fair. We were talking earlier. They were talking down on the artists, and you named Jim Morrison. You named what was his
Jimi
name? Jimi
Hendrix,
Hendrix,
the
and
Beatles.
Amy Winehouse. All these people beat. Oh no, that was a different point you were making.
Yeah,
Never
they
mind.
all died.
Never mind.
Addicts say you're hooked. Well, how does one become hooked? The simplest way to answer that is to talk to someone who has had the experience. This is the home of Mr.
I said the
and Mrs.
Beatles,
Walter
though.
Howard.
None of them died from
They
drugs.
just got their teenage daughter
One was
back
murdered,
after
and the
a
other 2
6-month
that
nightmare
died
that
of
even
old age.
Edgar Allan Poe
The
couldn't
other,
have
there were,
improved
I thought
on.
Ringo and Paul were together.
Ringo and Paul are still alive.
Howard agrees to
I'm
let
sorry.
us talk to her
I
daughter,
Ringo
Phyllis,
and Paul
when
are
we
still alive.
explained that
George
we
died
could
of
use her
cancer,
case
not
to help
old age,
others
like more
avoid
like
the same
cancer.
mistake.
Yeah.
And then John was murdered. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
This is
I
Phyllis.
thought you
as she
were
looked
one of those
6
people that
months ago.
subscribed to the fact that Paul McCartney died in the 70s or something.
Yeah.
Like, what do you?
Yeah, if you played the record backwards.
What are you saying?
Pretty as a
Or
picture.
Pete Best? Is he
Just
still
recently,
alive?
She was released from the
Like
narcotic
I'm doing
ward at the
Beatles
county
math
jail
over here.
in the custody of her
How
parents.
many are dead?
They had a
It's
guitar,
hard
like
to
another
believe
guitar
that this
player
girl is the
at one
same
point.
as the one in the
Pete
picture.
Best?
But it doesn't take long for
Wasn't
the
Pete
drug
Best the
habit to make
drummer?
anyone
Maybe,
over.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
part's fucked up. They're like, look how ugly she is now. She looks horrid.
Phyllis wasn't anxious to talk about her
She used
experiences
to look
with dope,
beautiful.
but
She used to be nigh
her
fuckable.
story
Dog shit.
might
Now
be
she's
used
not
to
much
help
of a
others,
hole
and
herself.
she began to talk.
She's a real uggo.
I guess I knew about reefer. That's marijuana. Ever since junior high.
Ever since she started doing marijuana, the other kids walked by her and barked.
You know, the ones with no backbone.
She's a dog. We locked her under the stairs and fed her biscuits for 4 years.
In high school, my girlfriend Anne.
Hey, Jocular Jellyfish brings up a great point. Sending us your money, Jocular Jellyfish, keeps you from buying heroin with it. You
We
guys,
are doing our part to keep heroin
save
out of the hands
yourselves and send us all your heroin money right now, please. It's worth it for you yourself to give us at least what you would spend on 2 Arby's Big Fish sandwiches. That's right, 2 for $6. Just do a $6 heroin Arby's tip train right here, right now. Thank you guys so much. Oh. Have you ever had to make up your mind?
They both smoke pot. That's jive talk for marijuana.
They both smoke pot. That's jive talk for marijuana. Are they talking jive?
And after a while, Anne and I got so that we did too. It's funny what it does to you.
Damn, Ann.
Speeds up to 100 miles an hour. You think you're real sharp, and you laugh a lot. You feel like you're the biggest person in the world.
I already feel like I'm the biggest person in the world. It's not... I don't need weed.
I'm the greatest and the biggest.
Do you think you could say that without weed?
I don't know.
I hope you don't have to find out.
Figure out.
Yeah, that would be sad, Shabisky.
But I didn't feel so good when I came home high that night. My dad knew something was wrong, but he didn't know what. Mother was sure her daughter would never do anything bad. I'd been smoking pot for quite a while before I met Chuck. I guess he was what the newspapers call a peddler.
A ped what?
A peddler.
Chuck was a peddler.
Yeah.
Hanging around with underage girls. What?
He supplied the kids at school with whatever
love
they
how the
wanted.
bad guys are.
Most of them used
looking
reefers
around.
like us, but some liked stronger things. There was something intriguing.
I don't look
different about
suspicious
Chuck.
or anything.
I guess I appealed to him in some way, too. Anyway, I found out later what it was about him. He had the heroin habit.
He had the heroin habit. Ah, yes, the heroin habit.
He was hooked. Chuck and I started running around
Heroin is a
together,
good
and one
thing.
night he asked
It
me
makes
up to his place.
love.
I knew by now he started
together makes
peddling
love.
after he got the habit, so he could get H for
Heroin is the
himself.
answer to love.
He needed a lot, because he had a big habit.
Big
You know something about hypes? They're like a disease. They don't
I
like to
shoot
see
up every
anybody
day.
not using the
It's
stuff,
fucking
just
fun,
because they
bitch.
do.
It's fucking fun, bitch.
Chuck finally talked me into using heroin.
Ah, Chuck's
He said
about
it
to
would
dose
make
her
him
up on
feel better.
heroin.
So I tried it.
On Lake
Yeah, let me
Huron.
shoot
But I
it
was
in your
going to be
asshole.
smart. Just take it or leave it. Nothing was going to happen to me.
I
But
need an
before I knew it,
aspirin.
He dosed me up on heroin and loosened me up real good.
I was hooked. Bad. I had a heroin habit as big as Chuck. I hadn't been home in weeks. Oh, Chuck and I were married, but it didn't matter very much. Nothing does. Not when you're on H.
Oh,
All you
no.
think about day and night is dope.
You don't
How
wear
much
that
you've got,
dress,
where to
even
get
on
more,
H.
What you'll do if you can't get it.
Yeah, it looks like
And then
shit.
they'd got Chuck.
This was Helena
They
Bonham
had to
Carter's
eventually,
first
I
role.
knew that, but it didn't matter much.
Oh, Chuck's getting
Nothing
rolled
did
on.
except H. All of a sudden, it hit me. If Chuck had seen the cops coming, he might have got rid of our supply.
Is this down by the Hollywood High School? She's worried that Chuck might have got rid of the supply because he
That's
might have
what
saw the
happened.
cops coming.
Chuck got rid of everything. Probably in the garbage disposal.
Oh, how are you going to
That's
get more
a favorite
heroin?
trick of Hype's when they're going to be arrested. But it left me in an awful spot. I needed a fix bad. So bad I didn't care whether I lived or died.
Oh, no.
And I didn't know whether I'd ever get another cap.
What is she going to do?
I love her look
In the
on her
meantime, Phyllis's parents had nearly gone crazy. They hadn't seen or heard from their daughter in months. Mr. Howard checked every newspaper story that might by any remote chance have to do with Phyllis. But gradually their hopes died. They were almost convinced
Oh, she's
she was
probably dead. Let's just give up.
But I wasn't dead.
Betty Spaghetti in the Gen Chat says, this is actually making me hate men. Why? The woman's the heroin abuser.
Right.
I hate women because of the way this woman's acting.
Pull it together, honey.
I'm kidding. I hate women for other reasons.
I tried once to kick off the habit, but I was too far gone. You know, the police say, find a heroin addict and you find a criminal.
My
That's
mom
just about
texted
it.
me and said,
If
"Why
you're
so
hooked,
much
the addict
hate
costs
talk?"
about $30
I
a
think
day for each.
I think she's mad at me
Boys
talking
get the money
trash
by
about
stealing
Sonny
their swanking
Bono.
coffers.
Oh.
Maybe
Sorry,
I'll
Mom.
hold
Is she a big fan?
I don't
Girls take
know.
up streetwalking or do what I did.
I pissed off my
Become
mom,
peddlers themselves.
and I'm on weed.
When
I
Chuck
knew
went
this would
to
happen.
jail,
I watched
used
all these
contacts and
videos.
peddled dope myself. Sure, I knew it was wrong, but when you're hooked, you can't help yourself. They got me eventually, too, just like they did Chuck. And when I was arrested, I was almost glad. I told them I wanted help. I wanted to try and kick it off.
She wanted help.
It was horrible.
Pippin ain't
5
easy.
days,
Thank you.
and I didn't care whether I lived or died. It feels like your skin is being torn right off you, and then you ache all over and get sick and you can't breathe. Your nose runs and you have a high fever and then you pass out, but when you wake up it starts
Feels
all
like your
over
skin's being torn off
5
of you.
days. But I
Does it
was
really?
I kicked it off.
When you're coming down,
And I've
oh
never
yeah,
used
dude.
dope since.
When you're coming down,
Maybe what happened to me will
your
keep
body
it from
is
happening
like
to somebody else.
not
I
sounds
don't
like
even
a
want to
weird-
talk about it. And all I
I
hope is that
understand. I
someday
don't
I can forget it.
understand. Feeling uncomfortable. With
Well, that's Phyllis's story.
Oh, it's bad.
In the United States
Yeah.
of America.
It's like 2
20th
days of
century.
just.
Unbelievable, isn't it, that such things can happen?
20th century.
Phyllis's case is typical. Most
Physical
teenagers start off with marijuana. Then they decide to
unrest.
see if heroin has any kick. It does. Sometimes
does.
Then you
they
start
take
licking
the
toads.
they find out they can't leave it alone. In order to get money to buy it, they turn to crime. And that's the story.
This
There
is
are
definitely the
practically
judge,
no
huh?
happy endings when you fool
He's
with
so
drugs.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Doctors say restoring an addict to normal life is about the toughest thing in medicine. Well, what's the answer? Enforcement? Yes, that's one of them, certainly. In
I
the
think
Far
my
East a
dad
few
probably
years
watched
back,
these when
they
he
were
was a
lining up
kid.
dope peddlers and
When
shooting
he
them in the back.
had the drug talk with me when I was a kid, he was like, "Alcohol ruined my life. Don't do alcohol." And he's like, "And I never tried heroin, so don't do heroin." And then everything else was like, "Okay, do whatever drugs I wanted." And I was like, "Oh, okay, Pop." And I never did because like.
Okay, Pop.
Yeah, okay, Pop. Because like, who listens to their parents on drug talk, right? Like,
Yeah, you did alcohol.
well, eventually, yeah, but not for a long time. I'm very careful with my alcohol. Now I only drink it when I want to get loose enough to talk to a girl.
Of the head. But it didn't stop addiction. It just made it harder for victims to get the stuff. No, the answer is a simple one. Just use your head. Leave narcotics absolutely alone. Remember what happened to Phyllis and others like her.
Phyllis.
Talk it over with your parents or school counselor, somebody you have confidence in. Some say the Reds are promoting dope traffic in the United States
the
to undermine
Ruskies.
national morale. They did it in China a few years back. It's certainly true that the increased use of narcotics
This guy's
plays
pretending
right
to be
into their
saying
hands.
this?
But why not show everybody, including
This
ourselves,
this
that
voiceover
young
is
American men and
horrible.
women have too much intelligence to make such a stupid, ghastly, tragic mistake. Let's make
The
tomorrow's
Reds.
headlines read
The
like
Reds
this.
are fueling the drug war. They blame the Russians for shit now, too.
You know, when all else fails, blame Russia.
Right. There's more, but we'll get to it in a moment.
Oh, Shabisky,
Yeah, babe.
what's the number one thing you did this week?
Number one in what way?
What's the greatest thing you did?
He does
this
the
week?
same thing.
Oh.
What's the number one thing? Anything? What would you say was the best thing you did this week?
Get high and stream.
I did that. I did do that, and that was pretty fun. I don't know.
What about getting
I don't
high and
know.
stream?
I did do that. Yeah, I did that again too. Oh no, we already said that. I don't know. I ate some Mexican food earlier.
That's pretty good.
Sometimes I'll have Shabisky on a stream that I'm doing, and he'll be streaming something else on his channel. He'll have like 3 active streams all active at the same time.
What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing that right now?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you streaming right now?
The only thing I got going is a countdown to the Among Us.
He has these things that are with countdowns. It's like a still image almost, though, but with like a countdown.
It's not a still image. Something I set up, and then once it countdowns to it, I play the game.
One time I was streaming with him, and he had like 3 of them going all at the same time.
3 countdowns? That's a lot of countdowns.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to go use the restroom. If I come back and the goal hasn't moved, I'm going to actually cry. So I'll be back. You guys want to see me actually cry? Don't send any money if you want to see me happy.
What if they want to
joyful.
see you cry?
Then
This is weird.
Then honestly, they're sick and they should be ashamed of themselves. I'll be back.
Oh damn.
He'll be right back after these messages. He'll be right back.
Who?
Everyone, please like the stream if you haven't already. We got off to a late start on this episode 860. We tried to stream the fight. It didn't work like it has the other several times.
Let's get the 200 likes. I'll take a big fat dabber dude. I've never done one of those before, so this is going to be quite crazy.
It's loony.
Just dab, stay glad, Ben. Okay? Just do it. Take a big dab. What kind of weed do you have, Ben?
Golden pineapple. I actually just ran out. This is like the last of what I have. So.
Yeah. It's buds.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. And I don't have any like beer or anything like that. So I'm drinking sparkling ice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't got no beer in it either. What the heck? This is bullshit.
Yeah. So everyone, if you can help us, we're almost there, 84% of the way. We've met the goal every week for like, I think over 2 years, I think. Please help us out. If you can, we'd really appreciate it. We've been streaming every day. Tomorrow's my first day off from streaming since Tuesday. Yeah. Sometimes we go on long stretches. This wasn't that long of a stretch, but we still, I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 streams in a row. Damn.
Oh. Billy, don't cry, okay?
Fuck you, Shabisky.
Don't.
Ha ha! Shabisky is not the. I love it when Eduardo talks about how you're not the greatest. Because you're.
No, I'm the greatest.
At
Eduardo,
what?
I
At
swear.
what though?
Just in general.
In general, so like, you could run faster than like an Olympic gold medalist.
If I tried. Probably.
No. They could beat you without them trying and you trying your hardest.
No.
Yeah.
I could. No.
Yeah.
I bet you Shabisky could run faster than like somebody who got an Olympic gold medal in, I don't know,
in the Paralympic games,
in like skiing maybe. Like
Stipe Miocic just lost.
Like if I was on a motorcycle, I could do it.
So there's a new UFC heavyweight champion.
Wow.
Yeah, he got folded. I just watched him just get knocked out right now.
How did your bets go in tonight?
Not good at all.
Damn it.
I only won one of my bets.
Damn it. But that was a good underdog one?
Yeah, but I only bet like $10. So it happens.
We were hoping you were gonna win big tonight, Ben.
Yeah, it happens.
I was gonna let you take me out.
He got knocked out.
A nice steak dinner after your victory.
He when he fell, he did his feet went down behind him. He fell like this.
That sucks.
Yeah, his legs bent backwards. He was out. There was nothing left. Those big heavyweight guys, man, they pack a heavy punch if you get hit by one of those guys.
Yeah. I used to knock people out all the time. It was great.
Okay.
I was like, let's put this guy to sleep real quick and then pop. Get him with that big old heavyweight punch. No, I was boxing one of my cousins one time, and he was doing all this footwork stuff, and I was just standing, and he was hitting me, but it wasn't phasing me at all. And I just had my hands like this, and he walked into one of my hands, and it knocked him on his ass, knocked him loose, almost knocked him out. Well, I didn't even swing; he just walked right into my hand and went.
Miocic is 240 pounds, so that's the size of the guys that are fighting. And they're in really good shape. Let's say hypothetically, you had a fight with Mayweather, a boxing match.
Yeah.
What would your strategy be?
Could I get 6 months of training?
Sure.
Yeah, I would cut down as much weight as possible. I would try and get speed, my speed up. I would practice hitting small things that were moving. I would have a moving target. I'd practice hitting one spot on the small thing, probably the size of somebody's temple, right around this area. And I would just practice for the 6 months training, cutting weight, getting speed, and just try and go for that one spot, that knockout spot, and get that precision when it's moving to catch it. And I would swing, and I would just try and bop, get him right in his little button, and hopefully knock his ass out, because there's no way I'm beating him on points.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of stamina too. See, that's what he would try to do too. He'd try to wear you out.
Oh, see, one thing I would do is what I already do when I get in fights is I have this stand and pivot method where I never move one of my legs. I just spin around and turn and make the people go with me.
I bet he could hit pretty hard though too. I mean,
I could take a good hit. I've been hit pretty fucking hard
because he's very fast.
Multiple things.
I think so you wouldn't work on defense at all because everything you just said was all offense.
Yeah, because he goes if he comes up to swing on me, I'm gonna try and get for him to I would get somebody his height. And I would have them practice for knockout punches on me, the point of articulation where they're gonna have to come through, so I could automatically have that muscle memory of where to get them when they're swinging in on them, and then just try and come in up underneath and catch him under his face when he's going in for a swing.
Because Floyd Mayweather he's not the strongest puncher ever, but he's gotten knockouts, but he's got some extremely fast hands. He can throw crazy fast punches like that.
Yeah, me and Mayweather got that in common.
I don't know, man.
So quick. Me and Mayweather are the same when it comes to those punches.
Let's get it going. Let's set this up.
So quick.
Help me run a tip train on Ben and Billy.
Sticky, naughty. Thank you for just a tip. If you guys want to slide into our dono hole, you know where to go. Streamlabs, link below. If we hit the goal tonight, Ben and I will do the show next Saturday.
I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Ben, will you let me do my boxing punches to your butt cheeks for 10 seconds if we hit the goal?
Why are you saying this?
You
I know
know-
I don't want my butt touched.
I'm gonna punch your butt for like
No,
10 seconds.
I don't want it.
I'm gonna.
What a weird idea.
I'm gonna boxing punch your butt for 10 seconds.
I don't want it.
Okay.
Box each other's
No, no, I'm not doing any.
Give me a
butts.
G, give me an O, give me an A, give me an L. What does it spell? Ben giving
What a
Billy some
boss.
chops.
Go! Ben, are you gonna go up and cook me some pork chops now that Goose Juice requested some chops
How
for
about a
Billy?
pork tenderloin instead?
Some chops, some pork chops.
I guess I have to give you chops.
Oh no! If you don't take butt punches, I don't take chops.
Okay.
I was gonna do butt punches.
I don't want my butt punched. I don't want to put my butt on screen. I mean, like, yeah, don't want to do it.
It's not bare butt.
I know it's not.
It's just your tuchus.
I don't want
and some
that.
punches.
I feel sexually harassed by you because you're the one who came up with the idea.
Yeah,
You
because I'm
disgusting
the
pervert.
idea man here.
You disgusting pervert.
My title on the show it should be Bill Fridge, Idea Man.
If the idea is what?
Every great idea Drunken Peasants has ever had since it was the No Bullshit podcast is thanks to me. I'm the idea man. That's just the facts as told by Sonny Bono.
Sonny Bono.
I'm sorry. Goose Juice,
Fuck
how
that
you
guy.
doing?
Fuck Sonny Bono.
Yeah, why am I sticky? Goose Juice snuck in from behind and finished everyone off. Nasty. Why you gotta make this nasty? It's nasty. Shabisky, you ever get punched in the throat?
No. I don't want. I'd probably sound a little like Pimpy then.
I like to do little chops into people's throat, like
just that's terrible.
My friends, like my friends that are into getting choked during sex. Like if I know that about them, I'll just catch them in the throat with a chop every once in a while. I'm like, you're into that sort of thing. They're like, God damn it, why do I hang out with you? And I'm like, you're into that sort of thing. Fuck, it's fun.
Assault.
I was part of Drunken Peasants since the 1960s. Mouse Fitzgerald, Drunken Peasants historian, says in the pleb chat.
1960s.
It's the 1960s, since the Cold War.
Cold War ended in the 90s.
The cold beer.
Yeah. Started just after World War II.
Like a ninja. Goose
Like a
Juice.
ninja.
Goose Juice, do you want to come to the Drunken Peasants
Shabisky is
meetup
not the greatest.
and get chopped in the
Billy,
throat?
I will pay you money to judo chop Shabisky in throat.
See? Shabisky, are you going to come to the DP meetup when the world opens back up?
Not if not if you're gonna hit my throat.
I get
I'm not
paid
into
money
that
to do
stuff,
it, though.
Billy.
I get paid money to do it.
Can we powerbomb you
No.
through a table?
No, not that either. No.
Can we roll you into a human joint and smoke you?
Only if I can puff. If I can get it.
He thought about it. He was like,
He's like, I would, but I would like to smoke me. So
Smoke me.
If there's a way I could smoke me, yes.
He knows. He knows there's like dabs like all on his insides. There's like weed coated all over the insides of his lungs. If he could just scrape that out and smoke it.
Yeah, I wonder if you do have like resin blood or something. Like if your blood is just got THC content in it. Does marijuana like soak into the blood? Isn't that where they test it or something? Or
It
it
gets
stores
in
in your
your
fat
bl-
cells, huh?
It gets so you put it in your lungs if you smoke it, and then your blood goes through your lungs, and then it takes it into your brain from your bloodstream. And then that's the THC, and then the other cannabinoids get like ingested into your fat cells. Like it bonds to fat for some reason. I don't know why. That's why it can be baked with, like when you bake it, you put it in the butter or the oil or whatever.
Don't lie.
I think one of the highest times I ever got off edibles, I had like 7 Chex Mixes. Like little pieces,
7?
like
What do you mean
7
7
pieces of Chex
Oh.
Mix. It was like a small amount of Chex Mix, but I guess it was a large amount because they were just soaked in weed butter, and like it was like rolled around in the butter. I guess. And I was like, oh, a Chex Mix, I'll have some. And then I got so zoned out high. It was the night of, I think, WrestleMania 27. I was stoned and I watched The Miz beat John Cena. And I was like, oh, this is fucked up.
Because it's a large organic molecule and a basic rule in chemistry is dissolves like. Spec was trying to be smart and fucked up. But thank you for that. Thank you for the first part of that, Spec. The first part was you taught me.
Weed chocolate is the best way to get high. Yeah,
if you like chocolate.
A friend of the family used to get like this intense weed chocolate. This when you're really sick. They only give it to you when you're really sick.
Yeah, like medical grade stuff.
He
Yeah.
broke me off a piece, and I got pretty zonked.
Break me off a piece of that super fucking strong
Actually,
weed
I got
chocolate.
edibles always mess me up. There was one night I did a cookie and a Xanax bar at the same time.
Oh no! Don't do that.
Yeah, the cookie was my cousin's plants they had mites in them. One of the plants had mites, so he had to get rid of it. And then rather than throw the plant away, he took all like the green buds that weren't ready yet and cooked them up into butter and put a ton of green buds in this butter.
It's like I didn't fuck up.
You didn't fuck up? Did Spec edit it to
I love
fix
this,
it?
man. I love this. This is just great.
Yeah.
I didn't fuck up.
I can't believe Spec fucked up. We'll all go back in time and watch the days that Spec fucked up. We'll play this on replay until 2022. Was it on this show where we talked about renaming 2021 to 2022 Electric Boogaloo? Was it?
No, I was saying make it 2020B.
2020B?
Yeah, like do-over, the do-over year.
We were talking about somewhere. I was talking about calling it 2022 Electric Boogaloo, the sequel to 2020. And then when 2022 happened, we could just say 2022 because we were already used to calling it 2022.
This is very complicated.
Yeah, but it was to give us like a buffer year that didn't really matter. Nothing really matters. Anyone can see. Nothing really matters to me.
What matters to you?
Nothing. Mama.
Who can see it, though?
Just killed a man. Put a gun against his head. Pulled my trigger, now he's dead.
Okay.
Mama, life has just begun. And now you've gone and thrown it all away. You like my cool songs? Me and Cobes, we'd be singing. Me and Cobes would be singing.
So,
That was beautiful.
how much longer are we going to go here? Let's,
You know me.
let's do like 10 more minutes.
This has been a 2.5 hour show, basically, right?
Yeah, right
10
here.
minutes will be 2.5
Yeah,
hours.
yeah.
We start around 10 after 7.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not a bad show
Yeah.
considering we had some sort of pre-funk situation. We had a situation. Betty Spaghetti, sorry you hated men due to tonight's show. That was not our intention. But you have a good night. Oh, what? Are they going to try and tell us taxes are better than weed? Boom, 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 boom. Taxes are paid in the sweat of every man who labors.
All right, no, I don't know if I want to watch. It's like an anti-taxes propaganda film, I think.
Is it anti-taxes?
Yeah, it says the truth about taxes. is what the film is called.
What?
Worker in the country. Farmers, bank presidents, streetcar conductors, dentists, teachers, clerks, mechanics,
Autogyro pilots,
even unskilled laborers work 3 months of every year to pay for what government spends.
Yeah, I already knew Francis won like a while ago. Didn't that happen like a little while ago?
That's where we're fooling ourselves.
Spinosaurus just came back in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Over
To check in on
$5,000 a year.
New
and tax
new
them
world
100%.
champion.
That would pay the
Yep.
cost of government for only 4 months. Everyone, whether in the factory, shop, farm, or office, pays for
I like
the
how he has a
cost of
pipe.
government. Well, suppose we do. But I am willing to pay taxes to provide national defense for my country, to see that we have an army, a navy, and airplanes strong enough to protect us against any invader.
So what's he going to say about this?
Every American agrees that our country's defenses must be so strong that no nation would dare attack us.
And now, because we're idiots that dumped all of our money in weaponry like it was a good thing, these nations attack us through optics.
Well, now it's more than just defending ourselves. We could literally. It's like an army and a navy and an air force strong enough for world domination if it had to happen. Like, I watched this war simulator where if the U.S. just took on every other country simultaneously in a war, but like no nukes were used, like that was the one stipulation. They basically showed how like the only ground war would happen between the U.S. and Mexico and Canada on ground, and then the next thing we would do is from like miles and miles out from the ocean, we would shoot rockets and blow up all the oil refineries in the rest of the world, and all the other like militaries would run out of fuel eventually, and then it would be over at that point because we would still have all the energy to like power all of our vehicles and everything, and they can like take out strategic targets from either you like high up in the air, like the most advanced like fighter jets and everything, and the capability to like do missile strikes from miles out into the ocean where they can't even be touched. It's craziness.
I wonder if China's caught up with us yet. Because China got some.
China has
secrets.
more people, like in sheer numbers. They have more boots on the ground in their military, but their military technology, at least what is known about it, is in no way in comparison.
See, you see like China painted in a lot of these Hollywood procedures as having like tech that's even surprising us. You'll see in a lot of movies now what China doesn't, like what we don't know what China has. I wonder if that's set up because
we have spies who have a pretty good idea what China has.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, because you got to test things to like know how to use them and know if they work. So if China has things, I don't know how they're like. If they have like more advanced planes than we think they have, I don't know how they could hide.
What if they have some crazy satellite weaponry like up in space?
We would be able to see all of their satellites.
Do you think we'd know what they were working with up there?
Yes.
They had some satellite trajectory lasers.
I don't think they have like orbital lasers or anything like that.
Oh, it's China.
Anytime someone shoots anything into space, the rest of the world is pretty well aware of it.
Oh, there's all types of satellites from all over. Up in space, right?
Yes. There's. Let me see how many artificial satellites there are.
And I heard the Nazis still have a base on the other side of the moon from after World War II. So
I don't know where they're getting their water. And 2,787, according to Wikipedia, artificial satellites.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Shabisky, you dabbing?
He plays it like a little flute, like it makes a little flute sound.
Shabisky.
He's like Peter Pan. He'll never grow up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's often portrayed on Broadway by middle-aged women.
I don't want to grow up, for if I did, I wouldn't be Shabisky doing dabs. I feel bad for all the kids that don't have like Toys R Us commercials, but then I think about
Toys
it.
R Us is gone.
Yeah,
so
I know.
that's kids now.
That was like the cool thing back in the day when you get the Toys R Us advertisement.
That's where I was buying. That's where I used to buy video games and
Yeah.
consoles and all that stuff because it was considered a toy. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't something that was like separate.
Yeah,
it was part of the toy market. And when I was a kid, it was pretty much mostly only kids that liked video games. Like I didn't know too many like older adults, like my parents' age or older, that would mess around with that kind of stuff at all.
Yeah, there weren't that many.
Not that many, obviously some,
Yeah.
but
there was definitely adults that did. But,
of course.
My dad was like a big Tetris player and stuff.
Tetris is a very big, like, Tetris is a big exception.
My pop used to play like the Back to the Future Nintendo game and
That's
stuff.
an awful game. That's one of the worst games ever.
He picked it up, I think, and
The
played
Back
it.
to the Future NES game is one of the...
He played the NES Magic Kingdom, like Disney Magic Kingdom game a lot.
I don't remember that one.
He played Marble Madness.
But Marble Madness, I played that. That was a PC game first. But the Back to the Future game is fucking awful. Even Angry Video Game Nerd did a review of that.
It
like
might have
how
been
bad
Back
it
to the
was.
Future 2 and 3. Is it the same one?
No.
Yeah, because this one was, I think, the sequel 2 and 3. If they had a game for the sequels, I don't know.
I think they may have, but the first Back to the Future game was awful. Very, very bad. It doesn't even have much to do with the movie, and it's like really hard to play. It's pretty awful.
My dad would play Mario and Duck Hunt too, but when he started playing Tetris, like he played Marble Madness quite a bit, but Tetris was his.
Marble
game.
Madness is kind of a puzzle game, but not like there's some like arcade kind of style to it also. I thought it was like you had to learn the physics of the marble and all the weird little obstacles that would pop up in front of you.
My dad bought a ColecoVision like a couple years before I was born, so we had that when I was little.
That was the first console I ever played in my life was ColecoVision, like pre-NES. There was like one at my grandma's house, and I remember playing this game called... I remember playing the Smurfs game that they had for ColecoVision, and they also had this game called Loops, and it was like an airplane game. And I've gone back on YouTube... and found all of these games, like videos of all these games over the year. Oh, no, it's Looping. Sorry, Looping.
Looping?
Yeah, Looping.
Looping.
Yeah.
Plays like the real arcade game.
ColecoVision.
Yeah.
1983. Yeah, this. See, like you're a little plane.
Yeah.
It takes off, and you can do loops.
Loop-de-loo.
Yeah, and you can't run into anything.
You better not.
or you
You're in a
die.
fucking plane. Why you can't run into something? This is the real life here. Oh, come on, turkey. Oh, you can. That wasn't. I thought he could run into that building. He went right.
See, it gets hard right here.
You just got to go through there.
You can. I think you can shoot through things, right? No, you can't. I don't.
Oh my guy! What
Whoa,
the hell?
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
What? Oh, come
God.
on. Yeah.
Oh my God! Go down.
We had Popeye, the video game.
Yeah, I played that before.
We had, I think, Zaxxon is what it's called, the space fighter game.
You know, originally Donkey Kong was supposed to be a Popeye game, and Donkey Kong was Bluto.
Yeah, we had King.
Oh, no!
We had Donkey Kong for the ColecoVision 2, and then we had Qbert for ColecoVision.
Qbert. That's a classic. It's a good game. It's underrated.
Yeah.
I like Joust. Have you ever seen that game? The
I don't
guys
know
are
if I
on the
ever played
giant
it.
ostrich, and you run into each other, and whoever has like the higher ground wins every time.
Yeah, so my dad, I guess, was a gamer. Looking back at it and putting all
Probably.
these pieces together, he was definitely a gamer. That's cool, Dad. He also liked fishing and stuff. I remember he used to like be mad that I didn't like fishing. He was like disappointed, not mad. He was disappointed. He was like, I wanted a son. Instead, I got a lazy gamer.
Wow. You're no son of mine.
He didn't think so. Like when I told him that my blood test didn't come back with Native American blood, He's like, I'll always be your father, no matter if you're my blood or not.
What the? They just.
What do you think it was a Mario warp point? He tried to go right in that thing. Yeah, you got to start all over.
Yeah, there's no checkpoints.
I was watching a meme of this. It was a video of this girl, and she was playing the old Lion King game for Super Nintendo, and like, she died, and it said game over, and went to the restart screen, and she's like game over. What's game over? What's game over?
Yeah, because it doesn't say that anymore.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, that's true. Games are like, nah, we're gonna save for you. And we're like, oh, thank you, game. I guess the least we could do.
This part's so hard. Oh God, yeah, because you have to get in there. You have to avoid those little bouncy ball things.
Can you shoot them and then fly in, or?
Yeah, you have to shoot them and then fly in. It's really hard. Yeah, it's a hard game. Yeah. All right, guys, we are going to end the show. I would like to thank you all for helping us meet the goal. As always, you guys are the best fans and the best people. If you want to hang out with some people, there's a lot of people in our Discord that meet up in general voice.
Yeah,
after
Discord's
the show.
been popping
So
lately.
yeah, there's always like 5, 6, 7 people after the show in general voice in our Discord. So if you go down and you click on the Discord link, jump into general voice. Everyone hangs out there.
Thank you, everyone, for hanging with us tonight. Thank you, everyone, who helped us get to that goal. Goose Juice, especially. I'll talk Ben into making me some pork chops. Thank you very much.
Pork chops.
Shabisky, where can they find you?
Yeah, babe. Yeah, you could just search, I'd like people to check out my new channel, Shabisky Games. It's at 4,000 subs.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Shabisky Games.
All right. Have a good night,
The greatest.
everyone. See you on Thursday.
Peace out, guys.
In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants.